Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roll Advantage. My name is Joe. John, take it away.
Hello, Evrand people who watch our game. I'm Jonathan, the DM, and this is our lovely players. And I think we're gonna get into session. I had to look at my notes. 9.
You just said it like a minute ago.
Hello, I'm Internet Explorer. IRL lag.
The fog of war.
Also, to point out going forward, Rachel, who plays Basil, has been doing like a makeup for each of the characters, and today is the first one for Ursa, right?
Yeah, for no real reason.
Okay.
Just for funsies.
It's so cute.
Yeah, today is based on Ursa. It's supposed to be butterflies.
Oh, yeah. I'm a
Green
beautiful
butterfly.
butterfly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so nice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, with that, we're gonna get into the game. So let's roll the intro and get into the summary.
Okay, all right. We are here now. We're back. We're ready to Oh, now I hear music, John. Thank you, John, for fixing music.
I hear so much. Thank you, John. I'm so glad I hear the music now.
There's music everywhere. Mr. Music.
here. Music
there.
there.
Music everywhere.
Time for session summary.
Maybe in another 9 sessions we'll actually be so professional.
Did you walk away, John?
I did walk away. I wanted to get away from the travesty that is happening
I
currently.
like that John was just talking
Discord.
about how professional it is.
Yeah,
And then,
I know.
boom,
You
Mr.
jinxed
Music and John leaves.
Yep.
He didn't even
That's
stick
true.
around. Captain goes down with the ship. No way. John's getting out
What
of here.
ship? I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Damn.
All right. Well, let's get into playing some D&D. But first, this week's summary is brought to you by Rachel playing Basil as Basil. So
As
go
Basil.
ahead as Basil. Go ahead and
seen
take
on
it
TV.
away.
All right. We begin at the 17th of Flame Rule. It seems almost impossible how much time has gone by while being in this group. We haven't been together for that long, but it feels like I've known them for years. I guess that's the effect of being in such dire, crummy, disgusting, but sometimes wholesome moments with the same people for a short amount of time. You learn to lean on each other. I've learned how to trust and count on other people for the first time in decades. It's a weird feeling, but I don't hate it. We arrived in Kenwold early this morning with our temporary companion, Adina. We didn't stay long, but the sights were beautiful. I forgot how much I missed my little Wodale port. After restocking our supplies and hopefully helping a man rethink his career as apothecary to something more his speed, we set out for Woolbrook. Along the way, I discovered Vey has a high fashion sense and a specific reason for not wanting to wear shoes. Even though he lives each day with rocks shoved into his skin, he hates the look of socks, so he chooses not to wear anything that resembles them. I respect that. Fashion over comfort. The Raven Queen seems to still be absent. Ursa and Adina believe me to be lucky for having such a close connection to her, but I don't really feel lucky at all. I have this growing feeling in my chest that something either happened to her or that I'm doing something wrong. Either way, nothing seems to comfort me at the moment. The days go by and we meet various travelers while we're on the road. A group of interesting people crossed our path and they happened to know our mysterious Vey. They called themselves the Wanderers, but their names are Doro, Katie, and Annie. We learned that Vey accompanied them before we all met, and he seems to have a soft place in his heart for them. I don't blame them. It's surprising, though, how far they've made it. There must be a god who really, really loves them. But we finally made it to Woolbrook, and it's absolutely lovely. I've never made it this far north, but I can see why people would settle here. There are rolling hills, and the smell of grapes fills your nose. It would feel like a calm place had it not been for the disturbing poster we saw on our way into their town. A boy named Godric Elderjune is missing, and it appears that the city officials have given up on helping. Incredibly sad, however, not very surprising. If you need things done, you must do them yourself. We meet Adina's lovely family and are all invited to a ball. It's been a long time since I've dressed up for a social event. I can't say I'm not excited, but my nerves will always outweigh my good feelings when it comes to being around noble people. Yosave and I visited Mr. Elderjune to get more information on his son's disappearance. Yos and I scoped out his room, and there seems to be something darker that is going on. I know how easy it can be to let that dark energy consume you. I just hope the same can't be said for Godric. And that is a summary.
Round of applause. Great summary. Great summary.
Thanks.
So, as we jump back into this game, I believe we are picking up as Yrsa, Vey, and Basil are leaving the Elderjune estate, while our other section of the party is still trying to find a room. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, we settled on the Riverside Inn.
Okay.
We haven't gotten back there yet, though. We're
Yeah,
coming from the other place, and we're meeting at the Riverside
Yeah.
Inn.
Okay. So, Team 1 or Team Elderjune, is there anything you would like to do before heading back to, well, the town center and meeting up with the rest of your party?
I guess just kind of as we're making our way back to the rest of the party, just, I don't know, taking a closer look at the town. Does anything, like, seem off? Are there buildings that have, like, claw marks on them, or, like, anything flying around in the sky? Just kind of seeing if there's anything off about the town. I think when we came in, we were just kind of happy to be there and to get Adina home.
Yeah,
Just taking a closer look at things.
ditto.
No check needed. It's the town doesn't seem strange. You don't see markings on walls, or I mean, the markings that you possibly do see on walls seem to be like a sort of graffiti or like weathering from, well, weather. But there's nothing that indicates like, oh yeah, there was a person over here, he scratched the wall, there's a giant scratch mark over here, there's bats flying in the sky, gotta watch out for those. Like, no, the town at night is actually lively as well. There are people walking around conversing with one another. It's dark, which you're used to places like Hamblefort, where once it's dark, people are inside and going to sleep. There seems to be a nightlife about the town itself, but there's nothing out of the ordinary.
Well,
Yeah, other than that, I think yours is good to just head to the location that Gak told her.
what time is it?
Probably 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. That is a great time to go visit a cemetery.
I mean, that is key. Another time that's better than that is midnight.
That's true. However, it would feel less weird to see someone go to a cemetery at 7 o'clock versus midnight.
That's true. That's true.
Especially a newcomer into the town. Where there's possible vampires.
I will say, you are on the other side of the Blade River, on River's End. It will take
Great.
about 2 or 3 hours to get down to the southern. Yeah, it's a big town.
Oh my
Um,
god, never mind.
To get to the cemetery, because you got to go out of the guard checkpoint to the cemetery.
Jesus, well, no.
You sure
I
you'll
will-
get there by 12 at least?
Oh,
Um,
offended.
No, I just.
I'm sorry, I take it back.
No, no, my little eyes are just so surprised by how long it would take. Because, like, you know, it's a big place, but it didn't seem that big to me. So, I think a cemetery would be great for a time that is not now.
Okay.
Just because we're newcomers and I do not want to seem out of place. So maybe tomorrow, if there's some shops along the way, I can skedaddle.
Actually, the three of you make me a perception check.
Yeah.
What?
I'm so sorry, John. I did not mean to.
I know, it's fine. I forgive you.
Oh no.
Oh, unfortunate, but checks out.
You're our only hope.
How do I get the dark?
Obi-Wan. You're my only hope. Hey!
Yes.
Hey! Hell yeah.
Okay. You pass over the bridge into the town center. While that's happening, Gak, Gideon, and Rian, you are heading to the Riverside Inn to grab rooms.
Mhm.
As you enter into the tavern, you are met with the sound of a lively atmosphere. People conversing with one another, clinking drinks together, laughing. Some people angry with one another. You're not used to. Well, Rian, you've been around this kind of atmosphere before. Gak, goodbye.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I mentioned Gak and he just disappeared.
I wasn't having any of that. Dimension door, Misty Step, something.
Oh, fucking.
Gak, this is the first time you've been in a space like this. It kind of feels cramped. You're a large person, and there are many people around you drinking and conversing. You can see Gideon is also kind of like put up the sides of his jacket a little bit, kind of shade off his face. But you're back in the Riverside Inn.
Okay. I'll just walk right back up to wherever the innkeeper is, wherever this person may be, and just approach them and say, we've looked around enough, and we'd like to rent some new rooms for the night. Potentially the next few nights, but for just now, just tonight.
Oh, all right. Remind me again. I just saw you not too long ago. What was the price I gave you? Also, 1 second, and he gives a drink to one of the barmaids. Bring this over to table 2, thank you.
1 copper piece. No, I believe that you had told us 5 silver pieces per room per night.
That was for the one with the river.
For the
view.
Riverside, yes.
Right.
It's
and you
3
want...
for the normal.
I will
for the
say
uncommon
that
one.
we have 5 total rooms, and 2 people have already claimed, well, 2 of the 5. So you have 3 Riverside rooms, and the rest are inward. You won't see the river.
Oh, all right. That's fine. I'll do 3 Riverside and then 2 not Riverside.
All right. So I believe 5. It was 3 silver pieces for the non-Riverside rooms.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
15 silver
15
pieces.
plus 6, 21 silver pieces, I think.
Yes.
About 5 gold or.
No.
About
Oh,
2
gold.
2 gold.
2 gold, 1 silver.
I was just taking.
I'll
a shot in
take the
dark.
5 gold. That'll pay for your food and drinks as well, if you would like to hand me it. Or...
Well, what do you say to these rooms for 2 nights and food and drink? 6 gold.
I can do that.
All right.
All right. There's an open table over there. You will be at table 8.
Table 8, thank you. And he'll set the 6 gold down. He'll just pay for everybody's rooms, and then take the keys and head to the table.
Oh, Rian,
He
you don't
hands you one of those little metal things that has the number on it.
Rian, high quality establishment you got here, and he'll walk over towards his table.
High quality town.
Ah, and then Rian will walk away.
At this point, the rest of the party doesn't make their way into the river. Well, no, that's not true. Did you tell them where you were going?
Yeah, they
we
called.
Well, the last word on Gak's sending message was Riverside.
Okay.
So he didn't say the full thing, but
Hopefully they
25
can.
words.
Hopefully they can
Here's the
derive
got it.
Riverside Inn from Riverside.
Yeah, so with your perception check, you are able to find the Riverside Inn without much problems. So you do make your way in. You look around. There are many people, many walks of life, and you do look over to see your party members sitting at the table.
Gak, you don't need to. You don't need to. They can see
Over
you.
here.
All right.
One of the barmaids looks over. I'll be right there. Hold
No.
on.
No, it's okay.
Ursa will wave back and start making her way over there.
Oh, you. All right.
Oh,
And
I hate
sorry.
when that
Go
happens. Oh, that's really awkward, isn't it?
No.
Well, for her, not for you.
Oh,
I hate it when that happens.
I'm sorry I made her feel awkward.
No, it's not like you did it on purpose, Gak. It's an accident. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to our table. Table number 8. They gave me this little metal placard.
I
It's very fancy.
Oh wow, how modern.
Yes.
This is a very nice place. You're still looking around at all of the people.
As you do sit down, you see that there's a little tiny stage, and it looks like someone has gotten up there and started playing a lute of sorts, giving this atmosphere to the tavern.
Very nice. So, just real quick to divvy out the rooms. Gak, here's your key, and Rian would specifically hand him one of the Riverside keys.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I have 2 more Riverside views, and then 2 that don't face the river. Does anyone have any preferences on Riverside?
No preference.
Nope.
I only sleep about 4 hours anyway.
All right. Well, then I guess. Okay.
No feedback, just like you gotta figure it out.
Hi.
Ryan.
Hey, Gideon.
You want a riverside room?
Hey, Gideon, do you want a room that's facing the riverside or one that's facing indoors?
Okay, just character mode for a second. I'm fine either way.
Oh,
Good.
I love
just
it.
reaches over and
Thank
grabs
you,
a
thank
random key, doesn't even look to see what kind it is.
Roll a
Riverside.
D2.
Okay, yeah.
Shuffle them up.
A D what?
D2.
It could be a D4. I mean, there's 4 keys.
No,
Odds and
just
evens.
/ roll one D2. I'm making this more complicated than it needs to, and I understand this.
No.
We're giving Ryan more time to get into character
Good
mode.
point. No, not
What do you
cool.
mean? I nailed it the first time.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty.
In sync with everyone.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hold on, yes, and."
So they're. Am I stupid? I
No,
don't
don't
know.
worry about it. I'm just.
Okay. I was like,
To roll a D2, you have to do it in the chat. Like you just have to
You
type.
get a
like,
Riverside.
All right, so there you
Okay.
go. Riverside.
So wait, where did you find the D2? Am I?
That was
You have to
bad.
type /
Type in
R
manual.
space and then any dice you want. You could do like a 1d60 if you wanted to. And
I'm too stupid for this.
it's okay.
I mean, I rolled the d4, so it's okay. I rolled the d4. Because I'm trash.
So you have 2 Riverside views left.
Ryuso will take a riverside view. She wants
Okay.
that. 2i.
All right.
How long can we stay on this part of the adventure?
I listen. I wanted this. I thought people would want the
good job.
Riverside. So I was
Everyone
like,
here is too courteous, Joe.
We got 1 Riverside room. Does
Oh
anyone
my
want the 1
goodness.
Riverside room left?
Guys, Rian paid extra for the riverside
I-
rooms, so I think that we should thank him.
Thank you very much, Rian, for the
Thank
riverside
you,
room.
Rian, for the
I-
riverside room.
Thank you.
There's a passing like half orc individual. Thank you, Rian, for the Riverside. Keeps walking. He
That
pats you on
guy-
the shoulder, Rian, and keeps going.
That guy's not even staying with us.
Oh my god.
No, he's not, Gak.
That was
That's
nice
so-
of you, Rianne.
That's funny.
I'm sorry. That really threw me through a loop. You're welcome. It was no problem at all.
You
Food and
didn't
drink
have
is
to do
also
it.
on the house as well, included with the rooms. So
Is that at any time?
I think
I'm
so.
sure it's just whenever the kitchen is awake.
As long as we're staying here.
A bar's maid does come over and he places your food on the table and leans over and says, "No, that's per night. So you paid for this one, but not tomorrow." And you have an assortment of kind of meats, not as well made and nice as what you had at the Erdem estate not too long ago.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But as you start to dig in, not as good as Alan's.
Oh,
Alan has love.
Oh, I miss Alan.
The Riverside Inn is a corporation.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you
God.
just
We
to
need
put it. Alan was like a local, local
Yeah,
tavern
yeah.
place where this is like an Olive Garden. It's very manufactured.
I love Olive
A lot
Garden.
of
How dare you.
preservatives.
Oh man.
So who's getting the fourth Riverside?
There are only
What
three.
did Gideon get? We had a roll and
That's
nothing happened.
That's right. That's never mind.
I thought it was because there were three. Because there's Gak,
Yeah, yeah,
Yrsa,
yeah. That was
and
my fault.
Rian, and then so that means Vey and Gideon have the non-Riverside rooms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did I write someone down twice?
I like to imagine that Vey and Gideon get into their rooms later tonight, and they're like, "God, this fucking bullshit. I wanted the Riverside."
I think Vey is still reeling from the psychic damage of the conversation of coming in and all of that happening. He's
That's
like,
fair.
yeah.
Wait.
room.
One of you is sharing a room, right? I'm confused
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Yrsa and Rian.
Rian.
And Rian are
Okay,
sharing.
so Yrsa and
There are
Rian are in
5
a
rooms.
Riverside. Okay.
3 Riversides, 1 with Basil, 1 with Gak, 1 with Rian and Yrsa.
Yes. This is actually important. I'm sorry for keeping this.
oh, it's okay.
You're okay.
Why is this
You're planning which
why?
room that gets
Because I need to
raided
know
in the
which
middle
room
of the night.
I'm gonna send like
the
goodies
half-orc
to.
man, the
Yeah.
half-orc sex worker who is coming on to Rian very
Oh
hard.
my god. 2
Oh,
for 1 deal in Rian's room.
thank you, Rian.
Oh my
dude,
God.
dude, fuck off.
That's
Don't
like
touch
when
my
your friend-
shoulder.
That's like when your friend says your name in a haunted house, and then everyone in the haunted house knows your name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
you all-
D&D.
Yeah. You all have your drinks and food, and now you know where you're sleeping. Take it away, guys. I'm done talking.
So,
You're someone speak up.
What?
Oh, JK.
Nope, please go ahead. I'm sure you were gonna do the same thing I was gonna do. I was just gonna get us back on
Probably.
track.
Yeah, she would just say, so we spoke with Mr. Elderjune and found out a lot of very harrowing information. And Yrsa would take this time to just kind of fill everyone in on the scratch marks that were found, specifically in Godric's bedroom, the strange paintings that were found, especially like the creature drawing, and how it looked like something entered from outside into the space, but yet Mr. Elderjune had no idea that this was an occurrence. Just every detail that we learned, giving them all the clues.
Yeah.
Okay, so just real quick, just out of character. So the things that you had found out were like the scratches, that there was like disturbances in his space. Was there anything else aside from that that was like notable?
I mean, the paintings.
The
Oh,
paintings.
that's right.
And the strange creature that was like kind of depicted throughout all of the paintings.
What did that look like?
It was a sorry. Did you want to say it?
Oh, I was just in my notes. I just have it like this, like black blob almost, but with bright yellow eyes.
Yeah, it was there. The first 2 paintings were more defined. It was like a tall black figure, and it had these very pointy, tall black ears. And the only feature you saw were these bright yellow eyes. The last one was a very like just smudge. It was a smudge with yellow eyes. Like it was very frantic and just like trying to quickly paint it out.
Okay.
I like that John's first description was Batman.
I am vengeance.
Oh my God.
So
Wow.
is this something you've seen before?
Well, if I'm being honest, nothing I've seen before. I think between three of us here, we kind of decided that it was something more unnatural. It's no creature I'm familiar with.
However, given that we've already dealt with something that is completely unnatural and out of our realm, this is just another one. Different though. It didn't appear that Godric ran away, but it doesn't. There's not really any signs of forced necessarily. Besides the I guess besides the claw marks, they weren't great enough to really cause any suspicion, clearly, with the guards of the town. I know that Godric's father said that he has a friend. I think her name is Clara. I think he said she's an owner of the Omnipharmacon.
That's the girl who owns the magic store.
Yeah, apparently they were our best friends. But his father was saying that Godric was always a very paranoid kind of boy. And that, he didn't have a lot of friends, so I guess if there's anyone else you could talk to, it could be Clara.
I'd
might
like
be our
to
best
talk
lead.
to her anyway. That was where Adina told me to go if I wanted to talk to somebody who studied magic.
Well, then,
Which I think might be best because just to add on to what we know about this thing, there was markings on the ceiling, digging into the wood, and I could tell that whatever this creature was, it was on all fours walking on the ceiling. And that does seem magical in some regards, so maybe she would have some insight as to what this is.
I believe there was a pendant that we found. I think it was a Payload Pendant. It looks like it. We didn't bring it with us.
It was, I believe, who cast Detect Magic? Was it Yursa?
Yeah, I thought it was on Mr.
It was on
LQ.
Recon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
it
it on
the
Recon?
pendant around his neck? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, rewind. Sorry. Recon was wearing a pendant around his neck. I think it was Palor, or one of those deities, which is very interesting. The state of the room, Godric's room, was so dark and just it felt heavy when you were in there, and just having Recon possibly be a follower of Palo, it just seems very surprising that this kind of darkness would have been able to enter the household.
The way that it's being described reminds me of things that I would think I saw, like in the woods and stuff by my house. They weren't actually there, but you know how when you look at in darkness and stuff, you think you see things. It'd be like that, but the eyes are just fireflies or something. But it's really not. It's very scary.
It is very scary.
There's much about this that isn't adding up. Regardless of what exactly happened, this boy saw some sort of a creature multiple times, or perhaps different creatures enough to draw and write them down, but didn't tell his father, even if he was paranoid, if this was something that was frightening him. Feels like it's something he would have shared, and then also, if it came and took him, no signs of struggle, no one heard or saw anything. It's strange.
Maybe
We're missing something.
maybe he wasn't scared of it. Maybe when it would come and show up, he thought it was just a weird looking friend, and then it came and took him. Because I don't know. I feel like when I'm scared of something, I tell my parents immediately.
Well,
I
sadly,
think
not
his
everyone
father
is
said that they weren't
like you.
close.
Yeah. It's not strange for parents or children to keep things from their parents, especially if the relationship isn't that strong.
True.
I think our best chance at gaining any new information is tomorrow morning to go to this magic store and speak with this Clara. And see what we can get from there. Because as of right now, I think there might be too many variables to really extrapolate anything from the information we have.
I agree.
Yeah. Also, when is this party?
3 days, I think. DM.
It is 3 days from tonight, so the next morning it'll be 2.
3 days tonight. Next morning it'll be 2.
3. Would that be 3 nights from now? 2 days?
3
Yeah.
sleeps. 3 sleeps from now.
Okay.
3 nights.
We said that we needed an outfits, right?
Yes, I suppose if Adina said that these people are of a higher status in society, well, clothes more fitting of the event. As Rian, like, scratches away at, like, a small, like, cluster of dried blood on, like, his, like, leather armor. Something might be a little better than this.
Well, tomorrow we can go to the magic shop and then we can see what we learned there about the kid, and then we can get clothes too.
I just love shopping.
Retail therapy is definitely a very viable medicine. Well,
But
we have a
alright,
plan.
so I guess that's what we're doing. First thing in the morning.
I did just want to ask before we all sort of break away to do whatever we're going to do tonight. How's everyone doing? I just want to make sure we're all doing all right before going any further. This case, whatever may be happening with poor Godric, well, I just want to make sure everyone's doing all right before things get too serious.
I think I'm okay.
All right. Everyone else is doing fine?
Yeah.
Is it like the shrug thing? Yeah. They would shrug. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I am doing as well as anyone in this situation could be, but just from how swiftly we were all able to help Adina, I am confident that between all of us we can get to the bottom of this and hopefully bring Godric home safely. I'm positive as we move forward.
Basil, feel the same?
Sure.
Sure.
yeah, they would not. He's like, I think it's an unfortunate circumstance, but at the time, I don't feel any particular way about it other than that it's unfortunate.
All right.
I say I'm not dead yet, so could be worse.
That.
Haven't you died twice already?
You know, there could always be a third time, for sure.
Let's not.
I don't want it to be. I promise you guys, I'm not trying to. I just happen to be in the worst place at the worst time.
Write that in my player notes. Wishes. Wants to die a third.
Well, that's comedy. The roll threes, you know. It'll be
But then
funny
once
if
you
you
do
guys
the
a
rule of
third time.
threes, but then you can't do it a fourth time, otherwise it's hack.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
as
just have
you
to come
all-
back to life a third time, and then I'll be good.
plot armor. Yeah.
It'd be good, yeah.
As you all wrap up your conversations, are you all heading off to bed for the night?
I have
Yeah.
2 things for tonight, but one of
Okay.
them's fairly big. So if anyone wants to go first, please go first.
I have a smaller thing.
Okay.
I also have a smaller thing.
This is why I brought this up.
I have a. I don't know what size mine is, but I have a thing.
You don't have that predetermined. How dare you?
I know. I don't know.
I'll just hop in.
Okay.
As everyone's kind of like getting ready to head their separate ways, Yurso would just kind of lean over to Basil and just say, "Would you mind helping me shop some tomorrow? I'm very used to making my own clothes."
You're in luck. I am a very good shopper, and I like to think I have a good sense of style. So yes, I would love to help you.
Thank you. I've never been to anything like this before, and it seems very. Well, I am very excited.
It is. It's. I've been to many when I was younger. They are very fun if you avoid the correct people, I would say. Of course, that's easier when you're younger because you just play with the children. I guess since we're adults, it is going to be quite different than what I remember. But as long as you stick with me and we can hang around in the corner, drink champagne, I think we'll be fine.
Right. Do you think I'll need shoes? She kind of like lifts up her skirt, like she don't wear shoes ever. She's barefoot everywhere.
I think if we find a dress that touches the floor, you'll be fine.
Okay, that is very reassuring. Thank you. And like Yursa will give you Basil like a little hug, like, gal pal, thanks.
Best friends.
That's it. That's my soul thing.
Okay, cool.
Rian?
This would be closer to when Yursa and Rian are like when they finally gotten up to their room, just when they have a small moment alone. He would just say, Yursa, I'm sorry to do this. I've been meaning to ask for a while. It's just been traveling on the road has been a little hectic, but back when we were in Humberford, I had a small conversation with Gideon, and I hadn't yet asked you something that he asked me to ask you about, and he had told me that if I wanted to know more about him, apparently he had told you. And I honestly feel bad because I haven't asked yet. With everything that's been going on, it slipped my mind. But if Gideon is a companion that we'll be traveling with, if he's all right with me knowing, I'd like to know whatever he told you.
Well, and Yursa kind of like will sit forward a little bit. I assume she's already made her little hammock area. I'm glad that he feels comfortable to share this with you, and for me to share. I'm never one to share another person's story, but if he is all right with it, well, I suppose a very long, painful story short. You can see she kind of like furrows her brows a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that what happened to Gideon has caused him to view the world in a very different way. Perhaps a little too black and white and not enough of the gray. And I can't say that I blame him. I found myself doing much of the same after what happened.
Of course.
Gideon had a lot done to him. He was experimented on. This man tried to create this improved form of soldier, if you will. He wasn't the first to be experimented on, but he was the last. And there's so much unnatural magic and essence that flows within him that is not his own. And I think these experimentations have really left, I mean, physically, much scarring, and I can only imagine mentally the damage that has been done.
Yes,
There was a group of adventurers that did come along, and they killed that man, and eventually he was set free, but I don't think he has freed himself from the shackles of that memory yet.
I regret not asking sooner. I feel a great amount of grief for the man. No one deserves that. That sounds abhorrent. I'm glad that he's at least escaped the physical bonds, but you're right, it does take a long time to escape the mental ones that follow us long after we've left those situations.
Well, something tells me he has utilized what has been done to him to his advantage, which is a good thing considering, but I do fear that that could eventually cause him, like I said, to see things very differently than others.
Suppose Gideon and I have more in common than I originally thought. I don't know. Maybe you'll be able to help him find the same amount of peace that you helped me find. Guess that's the hope, at least, right?
Well, we're all always on a journey. And I don't know how far he is, or you. You have quite a long way to go yourself, but...
Oh!
And I mean that with
all right.
as much kindness as I can.
Of course.
But, I mean, who am I to say? I am still on that journey myself. And every day I am discovering new things about myself. I didn't know I'd be excited to go to a ball and be around so many people. But
yes.
It is a little exciting, don't you think?
It is. I actually I had something I wanted to ask you about, since we're on the subject. These parties can be difficult to navigate on when you're not as familiar with the way that they may work. And so I was, the thought had popped into my head that, well, I could accompany you, and I could stay by your side for most of the evening, like I typically do, and should there be any political conversation or anything that comes up, I could be your guide through that situation, of course, just to make sure that there's no bad thing that could happen.
Okay, you see her make this face, like, guide, navigating through, like, the words that you used, her brow is, like, all the way up. I see. So you would like to guide me through the ball?
If that's something that you would be... You forgot to do the check if yes.
I need my flowers and box of candy. Well, I do know that Basil and I were going to, as she put it, hang out in the corner and drink champagne together.
Of course. Well then.
But if you would like to guide us through that, Rian, you absolutely can. And she'll come over and like pat you on the shoulder. I think that sounds lovely.
Oh. All right. I can do that
You-
then.
You can be my guide to the dance.
I don't know if I enjoy the tone, but
Oh, I do. Good night, Rian.
it's good. Actually, I'll be back. I need to get some water. Mouth is really dry. It's strange. And he'll kind of stand up and walk out of the room.
She will laugh to herself.
Okay. Gideon. Bring it down, buddy.
Didn't Rachel have something?
Did you have something, Basil?
Yeah, she said she didn't know what size it was.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, that's right.
I
One of
don't
those
know
mystery
what size
packages.
it was. I was just gonna try to talk to Miss Raven Queen,
Okay.
so that can be whenever.
I say go for it. Go for it.
I'll say let's do the Gideon thing.
Okay, so Gideon has two things.
Uh-huh.
One can be probably fairly quick, but we've done a lot of traveling, so I think Gideon could have successfully gotten all of his hours needed to work on that object. So I was wondering if we could get that out of the way.
Yes.
Because I wasn't here, but that certainly would have.
I will say you had literally 1 second left, and you got into your room and you snapped one piece together, and boom, the item is in your hand, working.
Do we need to make rolls and stuff? Because I don't think we ever did that.
Oh shit! I wrote up a thing. Hold on.
You wrote up a thing.
I wrote up rules for this. Hold on.
You
This
did?
is my fault. Hold on. Where is it at? Player journals. There are rules. Hold on. Let me. Yep.
Lovely weather we're having today, everybody.
Okay. I believe you've done one of the checks already, correct or not correct? I think you did it
I
like
think
the
we did
very
one to, like,
beginning
We did want to like take it apart to make sure that like I didn't
and
waste
remove
it.
like the to remove like the wood around the gem kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay, so you have the gem. Man, I'm sorry. Hold on. This is now entirely my fault because now I'm forgetting.
Didn't mean to
everything.
jump you with
Here we
rules
go.
you created. Sorry.
Yeah, it's it's okay.
Damn. You straight up just knocked John down to his knees and just put the barrel on the
Yeah.
back of his head.
If you want to say the first one's free, that's fine.
Did I not make a? I had to have. Wow. Okay.
I mean, it was just like
Shit.
Tinker's tool checks, right?
No, I thought I made the item in D&D Beyond, but I guess I didn't. Okay. We're just, you know what? This is the whole part of DMing and improvising. The next, you have 2 checks left to complete this new item. The next check is to see if you can modify the existing magic within the item to create the new version of it.
Okay.
Make an. Let's look at your character sheet.
What's your worst skill, Gideon?
No.
Make an athletics check. What?
Make a. Man, this is interesting. Make a sleight of hand check using your Tinkerer tools. So sleight of hand, add your proficiency.
Okay. All right, that's pretty good.
Probably should have just been a dex check, but just to surprise the magic item into making a new one, I guess.
22.
Okay. You are able to, using your tinkering tools, kind of unhinge this gem a little bit and start to try. You crack it in half and you can see the gem start to rise and there's this like chaotic energy inside. And you know that this is kind of the raw form of magic itself. Now you are going to attempt to modify the magic and repurpose it. So make an Arcana check.
Gideon's just like, guys, if you hear an explosion, just pretend like you didn't. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry, what check is this?
Arcana.
Arcana?
Mhm.
And just straight Arcana, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's a flat 20.
Okay. You are able to, using these different magical tools that you have in your possession, are able to take this magical essence, put it back into the gem. However, what is the form that this new item is taking?
Since it is something intended for like Ursa,
Mhm.
instead of having it as like a necklace, he's gonna turn it into like a lovely little brooch.
Okay. Okay.
Don't ask me to go into
You-
detail. I'm not a jewelry person.
Me either.
I know it's
Uh,
shocking looking at me, but
Okay.
what can you do?
So you take this gem and attach it to this brooch, and the gem that was this kind of jade green from the essence of magic that you've switched it to has turned a more yellow green. I believe I could have swore I made an actual thing for this, but I guess I didn't, and I'm sad about it. We had talked about what this item was. Do you remember? Because if not, I'm going to scroll up.
Yeah, so I remember we
Yeah.
talked about like one of two things.
Mhm.
We had said either like when you basically like speak with animals, it allows you to add, I believe it was your proficiency to like any persuasion checks made with them.
That's right.
And then I think you said if I rolled high enough, it would let you like cast speak with animals without using a spell slot like once or something like that. I think that was
Yeah.
the part you were a little. I think you mentioned that that might be possible, but it was something along those lines.
Man, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
you're good. You're good.
This item allows you to cast Speak with Animals through it without using a spell slot, as well as advantage on persuasion checks while using the spell
Advantage
with
okay.
animals.
Cool.
I
Oh, and we got
will.
the whole music. Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. It is right here, and it can be used once per long rest. I'm gonna pin this in our chat. I'm sorry that I guess I missed that part of putting it in my
Homebrew.
notes.
No, it's
Um,
all good.
As you
We talked about
complete
this
the process,
in your defense,
Yeah.
so
as you complete this process, this is the first time you've done this. You've tinkered with multiple things before, but like an actual modifying a magical item, something that not many people can even do, and those who can, it takes years of practice and study. You complete this item and you feel good. There was no explosion, and you took something that was maleficent and made it into something that is beautiful and useful for your party. Number 2,
Right.
what was the second thing?
So this can perfectly segue into like part 2 actually. So Gideon went and like put on like the final touches, and he probably like did his best to like make a little like design around it so that it actually like works as a brooch rather than just being like a pretty rock.
Mhm.
And I'll just let Kayla decide what that looks like because it's just a flavor aesthetic. So have fun with that, Kayla. But Gideon will head over to Rianne and Ursa's room and he'll knock on the door.
Like to
Both
imagine
your-
that's when Rian was opening the door to leave.
Yeah, you go to knock and the door opens as you knock.
Oh.
Gideon.
Gideon. Hello.
How'd you know I was there?
Instincts?
Wow. It's impressive.
Gotta
Good
stay sharp.
evening, Gideon.
Hello, Ursa.
Come on in. And he'll
Thank you.
gesture for him to come in and shut the door. I guess I'm not getting water.
All right. First things first. And he will head over to Ursa and he'll pull out the brooch and hold it out to her.
Oh, this is for me?
Yes, it's the same gem that Eldar had in his necklace, but I've modified it. It now not only can you use it to commune with animals once a day for free, but it'll make you more persuasive to them. So no force, nothing malevolent, and it'll be in your hands, so it will not be misused.
I don't even think I have words for what you've done. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is so much better than just selling it or even destroying it. You managed to make something positive from something so negative and harmful. This is beautiful. Thank you very much. And she
You're
will
welcome.
kind of like flip it on to her like Hanfu type deal. And you better believe I'm gonna find art for it.
It is also in your inventory now.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Does it require attunement, just since we're talking about it?
Does not.
Oh, dope.
There's something else I was hoping that we could speak about. It's not as pleasant as this, unfortunately.
Well, absolutely. Would you like to sit down?
There's like chairs in here, yeah?
Yeah, there's like a table off in the corner that has 2 chairs for people.
Yeah, Gideon will just like kind of grab a chair and kind of pull it over and sit down. In full transparency, Rianne, this is more about you.
Oh.
Oh, I could leave if you wish to talk privately. I don't mean to.
You both have known each other for a long time, so I think I'd honestly feel more comfortable having you both here.
Very well.
That way no one feels cornered or anything, I suppose.
All right.
But if you'd rather not be here, you don't have to stay.
Yersa just kind of like looks at Rian to see how he reacts.
I don't think Rian is too. He doesn't seem nervous or anything. So, I mean, I suppose that from the way that he looks at you, he's like, it's really just up to you. Like he'll just kind of shrug a little bit, not in like a mean way, but just kind of like it's up to you.
Whatevs.
Yeah.
Well, now she's doing the John Travolta meme because she feels like an awkward bean.
In her hammock of all places.
Yeah.
Just zip up.
I think Yersa would let them have a private conversation. So she'll just kind of get in. She will come over and give you a hug because that was a very thoughtful gift. And she'll
Tense is up for a second, but he'll return it.
I'm sorry. She'll kind of look and give him a smile and look at Rianne and give him a nod as well. And she will very quietly make her exit.
All right. Well, here we are. What did you want to talk about?
I've been playing what happened over and over again in my head, trying to understand where you were coming from the other day. And no matter how I look at it, I can't see how the pieces fit. So I'm hoping you can help me see something that right now I cannot.
All right.
I don't understand why you handled the situation with Lot the way you did.
And I'm not saying this in a rude way. Please don't take it that way. I'm just hoping you can elaborate a little bit more on what you mean.
I don't understand how your first instinct was to, one, make decisions about what to do with him without talking to the rest of us. And secondly, you thought that letting him go with such a, with all due respect, simple punishment was right in any way, shape, or form.
All right.
Because honestly, I've tried. I've really tried. Every night since it happened, playing through a back, and I don't understand.
That's fair. And I want to tell you right now that you're very valid in the way that you feel. And I can't promise that my explanation will ease the tension and all. I hope it will, but I'll tell you what I was thinking and why I chose to do that. And I hope that'll help. Addressing your first question, in all honesty, that's a flaw of mine. And it's something I've been trying to work on ever since I met Yrsa a couple of years ago. For the 18 years before I met Yrsa, I traveled the world alone. The only person by my side throughout all of it was Hikari. And, well, as I'm sure you can ascertain, Hikari isn't exactly a very strong decision maker, so most of it came down to me. So, it's something I'm still trying to work on, working in a group, communicating. The same thing happened with Eldar. As soon as I knew that he was doing something wrong, I lunged. I recognize that, and I want to be better about it. So for that, I do apologize for not consulting with everyone else. You're right, that part was wrong. And you can see Rand shift a little bit. He's not uncomfortable, but you can tell that he's getting ready to say something that's a little close to the heart. And he says, the reason I reacted the way I did with Lot was because I see a young man who, while he made mistakes, it didn't seem like he was ever given a fair chance. And as I've been very honest about in the past, I've experienced the prisons of the Valamine Empire, and I know that they are not forgiving, and they don't help you change. They just try to make you afraid. And this is a young man who hasn't had a better chance at anything in his life. And I thought that maybe this could be the one thing that could change it. Maybe if one person showed him an act of kindness, gave him a proper start, maybe then he could make a positive change in his life. He didn't need to spend X amount of years in a prison cell. With kindness and hope, maybe he could change his life for the better. That's why I did it.
I
Gideon,
must admit, I find that very concerning.
please elaborate.
He admitted to killing 3 people. You can argue the first 2 away if you want to do that. Self-defense accident. But that third, lives were lost.
That's true.
Who does that have to be for us to care about that? Even Eldar, for all of his flaws, as far as we know, he didn't kill anyone. No one had any issue of what we did to him in terms of the prison sentence. Sorry, that was running out of character.
Well, I think that Eldar is an entirely different situation. Eldar was a man, grown, mature in his years, who actively went out of his way to lie and manipulate and hurt people. When we first arrived in Hombafort, there was a woman that almost died had it not been for you, I believe. Had you not been there, that woman would have been dead. And then Eldar would have killed someone. To me, the difference is Lot was forced into that life because he was never given a proper chance because of the circumstances he was born into. There are certain barriers in this world that no matter how hard you try, you can't break through. And Lot is a product of that system. He was beaten down and broken until eventually he felt like he had no escape. He had his out. He knew how he could make his way in the world, the only way that made any sense to him. The world beat him down, so he was going to try and beat the world back. It was what made sense. It was what he thought was his only choice, and that's why Eldar bothers me so much. That's a man who has the tools and skills to make something positive of his life. He could do what you and I do. He was a strong warrior. Talented. And what did he do with it? He used his powers to manipulate and abuse. Lot was trying to survive. And he went down the wrong path. But Gideon, I've lived, well, as some people like to point out, quite a few years, and one of the things that I've learned is that for different things in life, people are going to disagree. And I want you to know that even if you disagree with my sentiments after everything I've said, I just want you to know that I don't think any less of you, or that doesn't affect the way that I feel about you. But I also understand that not everyone is me.
Let me ask you something. If Yrsa hadn't been able to save Basil, if she had fallen and died in that battle, would you have offered Lot the same chance?
Well, if I'm being entirely honest with myself, probably not. It's a flawed thinking, I know, but people, humanoids are flawed. I have a very close personal attachment to Yrsa, to Basil, to Vey, to Gak, and to you. I already feel strongly about all of you, and that affects the way that I can process things. I get emotional in regards to protecting all of you. So, I don't make the best choices. And I can recognize that about myself. I know that I'm a flawed person. And it doesn't bother me. I've grown to live with it. I don't know if it would help Gideon. But whenever I bring up the fact that I went to prison, you react a certain way. Understandably so. I don't know if it would help. But if I remove the mystery to it, If I tell you why, I think that may help, if it's something you'd be willing to hear.
I'm not sure how much it would help, but I'm willing to hear if it's what you want to do.
All right. When I was a younger man, probably around your age, I had a great tragedy happen in my life, where I spent many years after that point wandering, drinking and getting into bar fights, just being part of the scum of society. At least that's how I had viewed it. Eventually, I made my way onto a ship and across the sea to the city of Valomine. While I was there, I saw this city, this gem of what this place was supposed to be. So many people talked about was the best of the best. And I didn't see it. I saw a muddy, dirty city where so many people were miserable and unhappy. The wealthy few sat on top, and the rest were left underneath to struggle, to fight themselves over some grain, some bread. I was angry while I was there, and I'd been angry for a long time. And there were two things that happened while I was in Valomine that affected me. After my first couple days there, I was walking along the city streets. It was a rainy day, and there was a father and his daughter walking along in the street. This little girl dropped her toy, a small cloth doll, in the mud. She didn't realize until they were a few steps away, and she said, "Daddy, Daddy, please, I dropped my doll. Can we go back and get it?" And the father said, "If you really cared about it, you wouldn't have dropped it in the first place." I was sad. Picked up the doll and I gave it to the girl. And this child, growing up in this desolate place, gave me a hug and said, "Thank you, sir." I didn't know what to do with the feelings I was feeling. For the first time in a long time, I felt happiness. And at that point, I knew I wanted to do something. I didn't want to just continue in this perpetual cycle. I wanted to make a change. So I started looking for people to help in the streets. I was in a part of the city that was rather, well, rather dark, so to speak, where anything and everything you want could be purchased with enough gold or platinum. I saw a man exit a building. There's a red lantern hanging from the door. It's a wealthy man and noble. He walked out and there was a young child behind him. I knew what that place was. And I knew what that man was going to do, and I wasn't going to let it happen. My anger consumed me. I ran at him. I told the small boy to run, and he did, faster than I've seen anyone run. And I killed him. I wasn't happy that he was dead. I was relieved that boy would at least have a chance at a normal life. A chance at a normal life when the rest of the world had beat him down. I felt guilty to a degree. I turned myself in. I was given a jail sentence, and I served my time. When I was there in prison, that didn't change me. I'd already been changed. I already knew what I wanted to do, but being there, it showed me how badly the people of this empire are beaten down. Like I said earlier, that prison isn't there to change you, to reform you, to make you a better citizen. It's there to make you afraid, to lash out against the wealthy and elite of the empire. And to a degree, I do regret what I did that night. Maybe I could have done it cleaner. I could have done something better, but I killed a man who I was convinced deserved it. Worst part is, I never knew. Maybe that noble was there to pull this young child out of poverty. I never asked questions. I just did it. To me, with Lot, I just saw that young boy running for his life. He was finally given a chance, and I like to think that that young boy did something with his life. He escaped the situation, and he left, and he ran, and he never stopped running until eventually he felt safe. And I feel like Lot never got that. So, I wanted to be able to give him a chance to run to safety. I suppose that's why I did what I did. I know that's a lot to dump on you, but I didn't want you to think that I just did it because it felt right. There was a reason. There always is.
I think you and I see things very differently. You see a boy running to a better future and a better life. I lay in bed wondering if he's hurt anyone else yet. I'm not going to sit here and defend the prison system. You're right. Sometimes they just beat you down. They make you afraid. And sometimes they just keep people from having the opportunity to take anyone else away.
And if I'm being entirely honest with you, Gideon, that's not a bad way to look at the world. To me, one of the most important things in life is balance. I can't go through life completely removed from my anger and emotions. I just couldn't. I would feel unfulfilled. I would feel broken. I would feel like half the man I'm supposed to be. But I can't let it guide me entirely. Our worldviews together cover both ends of the spectrum. Had it just been up to me, I wouldn't even have had Lot turn himself in, knowing what the prison system does, because of the way I feel about it. But because you were there, in all honesty, that's probably the best solution. He gets away from this life, he gets to live. He gets a chance at a better life after he has some time to reflect away from anyone else. I'm glad you were there, Gideon. You helped me make a better decision. I just hope you know that there's a time that perhaps you're being a little too analytical about something. You already better be aware that my emotions are going to have something to say about it.
We'll have to see when that day comes.
Suppose you're right.
I think I've kept you long enough.
It's all right. I just want to stress, Gideon, that the decisions that any of us make on a day-to-day basis, we can only make them because of the opportunities we were given in life. The struggles we go through affect what happens to us and how we react to the world. You and I, from my conversation with Yrsa, our struggles, our trauma have led us into lives where we can make a positive impact on the world. And I think that should be our focus. That even though both of us went through terrible things, we're still helping people. We're still making a positive difference in this world. And hopefully, we can inspire others to do so as well.
I hope you're right.
I hope I'm right too, or else, all the wisdom that I just tried to spout is going to be absolutely pointless. Well, have a good rest of your night, Gideon, and if you're ever feeling a certain way about a decision I either encourage or I make, don't hesitate to talk to me about it. Or voice your opinion in that moment, all right?
No, I won't.
Good. It's the Gideon I know and love right there. All right.
Have a good night, Rian.
You as well.
And
So,
getting to see himself out.
as you both, well, Rian was already in his room. Gideon, as you make your way out and go to your room, everyone's settling for the night. Basil, you're trying to contact the Raven Queen.
Trying
Make a religion
to.
check.
Okay.
Make it with disadvantage.
Alright. Let's see. What's the first one? The first time I get. Not horrible.
How are you trying to contact her?
So, Basil just quietly goes up to her room, tries to calm her nerves down, knowing how much she's tried in the past and just hasn't been successful. Maybe if she takes a step back, takes the advice that Adina and Yursa gave to her, she's gonna go. I'm assuming you can open up the window sill outward.
Yeah, the rooms that you were in, the Riverside rooms, they are a glass dome, but there is a section of the glass that is also a window.
Okay. She's just gonna go open it, let some fresh air in, sit by the window, and she's just gonna kind of look up at the sky and I feel like I don't know how to do this anymore. I've been trying to connect with you for a long time now. At least a couple weeks. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I did anything wrong. If I did though, please tell me, because I feel very lost right now, and I don't know what to do with the visions that were given to me, if you were even the one who gave them to me. I feel like I've kind of been abandoned. You were the one who gave me these abilities in the first place. You were the one who kept me in this world in the first place, and now just nothing? If you're listening, I'd really like to work through whatever's happening with us. And she's just gonna sit in silence and wait.
You sit there in silence, and in a while, you try to actually emotionally make this connection with the Raven Queen. The only thing you feel currently is the slightly cold breeze from outside coming into the window, but it's natural. And in this moment, the feeling of defeat, of just nothingness. There is no connection. You've reached out to her multiple times and heard nothing back. And sit there for about 30 minutes and feel nothing.
Can I try again?
There will be no roll, but you can try again.
Listen, I know you're there. I mean, you're a deity. You can hear anybody who's praying to you. I was told that I should feel lucky for receiving these visions. I should feel lucky for having such a great connection with my God in the past, but am I lucky? I can't feel it. I've been given these heartbreaking visions with no explanation, no guidance. I would love to help, but I don't know. I don't know where to start. I need you to answer me. Please. And she tries to put all of that energy, like the frustration and the sadness, kind of feeling of giving up a little bit. And she just tries to push that out into where she thinks would be
easiest for the Raven Queen to respond.
Okay. You try again, and once more there is no answer. And you find yourself going to sleep, or trancing, I guess. As rest does take you, you are met with another vision.
Of course.
You are surrounded in darkness. You are standing in darkness. You can't feel anything around you. It's almost claustrophobia, as this darkness seems to encapsulate everything around you. And as you look around, you can see very faint, gossamer white thread coming from your body and going out into nothingness. These threads of fate. And as you look around, you can feel whatever was holding you in place just drops out beneath you. The only thing holding you in place are these threads. And one after another start to break, like strings being cut by scissors. 1, 2. And you hear in this atmosphere of nothingness, you lack faith. And the strings are cut, and you fall into darkness and nothingness. They.
Sorry.
Yeah, hi. Is there some levity for us?
You are standing outside in a crystallized awning or porch-like section of a massive ice castle. You are overlooking what looks like these buildings made of ice and snow, surrounded by stone. And a friend comes up to you, someone you were very familiar with. And they start talking, but you don't hear what they're saying. There are no words to make out, but it's this sense of happiness. You were remembering your home in this moment. The cold is just right as you kind of feel the breeze whisking through the mountains and buildings around you. You can see the glistening of snow off the top of these buildings. You can see the statues that line the streets, and in the distance, the mountain range. You feel this like weird sensation in your chest, like cold. You're used to the cold, lived in the cold your entire life, but the coldness in your chest starts to get more painful, almost like a frostbite taking over this section of your chest. The pain gets unbearable as you are just sitting there and you're looking over at Ada. There's just a smile on his face, because this is a memory you're remembering, but not like this. Eventually, the pain is so intense. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Let's. Oh, not great. Don't say that.
What'd you get?
A 6.
Okay. The pain is immense, and you can see this almost like spike of ice protruding from your chest. And you wake up from this dream. I wanted to do. You take 33 points of piercing damage and 6 points of cold damage, reduced by half. As you look up, and there's this shifting ice, almost elemental creature with an ice blade in your chest, in your room, as you let out a horrible sound from the pain you just felt. And that's where we're going to go to break.
Yo,
I'm sorry.
Looks is stuck, man.
okay, I'm sorry.
Ice
Where the room's
assassins?
orientated, I need to know.
Yeah,
Like,
I
bust
need-
open this room.
I need to. Rand's
door
running
down.
in there in his PJs.
Hope that view was worth it.
I will
Do
say
we
when
have
we
to
get
go to
back,
break?
I need to use
Yeah,
the restroom.
the
So let's
DM
restroom, and then I will say Yersa, Gak, and Basil, you have the highest passive perception. You would hear Vase scream.
But am I stuck in my vision?
No, it's so these things are happening almost simultaneously.
Okay.
You're not stuck in your vision, but that was the vision you gathered. Once you wake up, you can wake up from your vision. You're not stuck there.
Man.
It's just your dream.
Okay, but Rachel is stuck in what happened, and I need.
Sorry, we're gonna go to the
Oh,
to
man.
break real quick.
Break time. We're back.
Yeah, let's get back to the stabbing. So they, as you as you awaken with this this elemental ice creature, the only features you see other than the jagged ice that just is this creature, is this kind of like snowflaked symbol on its chest. It does not resemble anything you've seen though. And it's also making this weird, like, crackling ice noise. Like, it's not saying anything, but if you imagine, like, ice shifting in the water, that's what it sounds like. At this moment in time, Yursa, you immediately hear this noise. Gak, you as well. And Basil, as you are falling from nothingness and abyss, you wake up gasping and hear Vey screaming. What are the three of you doing?
Just be like, okay. Like she gets up and starts running to, I guess, the screaming. I don't know where exactly Vey's room is.
Yeah.
Because of your passive perceptions, it's pretty easy to figure out which one. He's in one of the regular rooms.
The one that's screaming. Got it.
There's-
The weird
Yeah.
ice noises. You can tell, you can hear them.
Gak is running too, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yursa would tell Rian to wake up, and like as she's walking out the door. And by walking, I mean running.
Huh? What? Wait. Was somebody screaming? What? Oh, okay. Let me.
This thing starts making its
Grab
way
me.
towards you, Vey. Vey, you have an action. You have a turn before this thing gets to you and attacks you again.
Can I dive for my pack, which has my sword?
Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
next to your bed.
Yeah, he's gonna roll off. He's gonna stop screaming at this moment because he's conserving his energy for not dying. He's gonna roll off the bed and grab his sword, and he's gonna try to stab this thing to get it away
Okay.
from him, I guess.
Go ahead and make an attack.
All right.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you kind of just quickly roll off the bed, grab your sword, and one motion swipe at this creature, and you see a very big gash through its icy form. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's 7.
7. Okay. As you hit it again, you hear what almost sounds like ice, but also glass breaking at the same time as it gets hit by this attack. You only have one attack, correct?
Yeah, we're not 5th level yet.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can technically smite with this attack if you wanted to.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that because I really don't want to die.
Nah, man, conserve your spell slots.
No, we're here, so okay. Spend 1 okay. Let's do that. 5. All right, we're good.
Okay. As the sword connects with the ice, it also lights it up from the inside as the smite damage hits it, creating like this almost disco ball effect in the room as it hits, and then it subsides and it starts walking towards you, and you watch as each one of its foot hits the ground and then breaks off and then it hits the ground again. So it's like leaving behind remnants of itself, but it's also growing itself back in like this weird way. It's like moving, if you know the nurses from Resident Evil.
Oh no!
It's moving like that, but
gross.
ice.
Oh.
It's making this horrible as it's going to go ahead and strike out at you.
God.
That is an 8 total. That is not good. It is going to strike out at you, and as it misses, it kind of catches the side of the necklace that you're wearing, and the necklace kind of gets cut off and falls to the ground. But it does miss you. At this point, Yursa, Rian, Yursa, Gak, Basil, roll initiative.
Jesus.
Also,
Rian,
Gideon.
because
I was gonna say, isn't Gideon technically closer to Vey than any of us because they're in the inside rooms and we're on the riverside?
yeah, I'm saying at this point, because there's been commotion.
Nice.
Gideon, you're kind of waking up now, but you won't be in until the next turn, because of your perception, as well with Rian, because you're also waking up at this moment. You're still gathering your stuff, but Yursa is acting before you. Okay. Well, I guess Gak is the first one to enter the room. So we got Gak, we got Yursa, then Basil, and then we would have we would start over with Vey, Ice Elemental, and then we would go back. Okay. So Gak.
Yes.
Well, actually, first question. Vay, do you lock your door?
Oh, he does. He does lock his door. No.
Oh,
Okay.
good thing
Yeah,
there's a Goliath.
Gak, you grab the door handle and it is locked. What are you doing?
Is there a gap in the door? Can I look underneath it? Or like through a keyhole?
Keyhole, no, but there is a slight gap. Yeah.
Can I see into the room?
A little bit. Yeah, you can see enough.
Okay, I cast Misty Step as
Okay.
a bonus action. And I
As you-
appear in the room.
As you appear in the room, you see this weirdly formed ice elemental creature with this ice knife in his hand, swiping down at what looks like a white and blue tiefling.
Oh. Does it look like it's Vay but different colors?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's just a random person.
Well, I
Oh
guess I'll
my-
let you die. I'm sorry.
Right.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, I'm
If
sorry.
it's a random person, it doesn't matter. No, okay, Gak is kind of flustered, but he is going to try to do. I think he's just going to do magic missile on the ice elemental.
Okay. Roll magic missile.
Actually, no, he's not going to do that.
Okay.
He is
Don't roll
going
magic missile.
to. I will not. He's going to. He's going to do Scorching Ray. Instead.
Okay.
And he has his hand on his book. As he was leaving, he like grabbed his book off of the table, and ran with it in his hands.
And
So
roll
yeah,
Scorching Ray.
roll it 3 times because that's what Scorching Ray does.
The first one misses, but the second 2 hit.
Oh, nice! 4 for those 2.
As you shoot the first one, does it specifically say that things that are flammable catch on fire?
It's 3 rays of fire, but it does not say that. No.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d20.
Okay.
If it's less than 10, it's going to catch something on fire. Yes.
What?
Okay.
Then I'm going to cast Water Ray.
Oh my god.
Soaking Ray.
As you fire these beams of scorching rays, one misses, the second one hits it in the shoulder and just cleaves a section of the ice just completely out, just melting everything and leaving this hole. The third one hits its stomach, leaving another perfectly sized hole from this ray. It takes...
Hopefully it does double damage because it's has a weakness to fire.
Mm-hmm.
You see as it does let out this, it doesn't let out like a scream. It just again sounds like glass breaking and shattering, just glass being shoved upon glass. It's horrible sounding. But that looked like it did hurt it. There's ice dripping, well now water, on the ground from where those wounds hit. Yeah, you did some damage. Yursa.
I
guess Gak.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, I was sorry. I didn't mean to skip the rest of your turn. Is there anything else you're doing?
Yeah, just for my free action, I'm gonna say, Vay, is that you?
Yeah, he would lean out and he's like, yes, help would be appreciated.
I just did.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yursa, you're up.
Reaction economy, Vay. Jesus.
Yeah, no. He's currently appreciating the help. He's just saying as a general statement, all help will be appreciated.
Help!
Yursa, you're up.
Yeah, so as she's kind of running down the hallway, I assume she would have seen Gak like look in and then disappear.
I should have
so-
opened the door.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, bro, okay.
Wait. Well, let me.
Well, I have a plan. So
Wait, hold on. Is Misty Step a leveled spell?
Is it a leveled spell?
I believe it is.
Yes, but I can cast it as a bonus action.
Right, but you can't cast 2 leveled spells on the same turn. So I will let
Okay.
this one slide, but I'm going to give health back to it.
I could just cast fireballs instead. Which is a cantrip. We'll just say it does that. You give it health back. I cast fireball. We're all good.
All right, we'll do that. Yep. Sweet.
Mickey Mouse? Question mark.
Yeah.
Boom. Easy.
Hold on. Why is Olaf doing that? Oh.
Stop.
Here's
Oh my God.
like running towards the door, literally like ending up at the same spot Gak was. She's gonna take a step back and just kind of like reactionary cast Thunder Wave to like burst open the door. Is it overkill? Yes, but she doesn't care. Someone's in trouble. Boop.
Okay. Almost in slow motion, yours says you get to the door, and how do you flavor Thunderwave?
She like takes a big step back, sees that Gak disappears, and doesn't even think. Just kind of puts both of her hands together, claps 3 times because we're theater people in the house. Claps 3 times, and then puts her hands down towards the ground actually, and it's like the thunder is originating from like the earth below, and it like busts open the door.
Oh, that
Yeah, so
sounds
as
like
you are,
Fullmetal
each time you
Alchemist.
clap, you can see like static electricity just in the air, kind of congregating into your hands as you release it into the ground. Roll damage. Oh, did you roll damage? I don't see it.
I thought I did.
Oh.
It's not showing up though. It's on
just roll damage
VTT or no VTT. Blah blah blah. I'll roll it again. Okay, that's fine. You said that out loud. I'll do it again. Because my first roll was not good. Because it's staying on D&D Beyond what I
12.
rolled, but 12, yeah.
The door shatters from the wave of energy. It does not hurt anybody on the other side, but it does break into many pieces, and the hinge just kind of slams against the wall with like this quarter of a door left on it. You look inside, you see Gak, who seemed to have shot a fire bolt at this ice assassin creature who is looming over a white and blue tiefling.
Wow. Okay, this is a lot to take in. Yeah. Ooh, oh, that was an action, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Oofed. Okay. Bonus action. No way. Oh!
Bonus
Oh!
action.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, it's a leveled. Well, no, it says bonus action. Wait. So I just did that, but can I also cast Flame Blade because it says bonus action?
is it leveled?
Perhaps.
So you can
Yeah,
only
it is.
cast
No, it
one
is.
leveled spell per round.
Okay.
Yes or no question.
It is. Okay. I get you. Then that's all she could do. She'll just kind of bust in, open the door, and she'll make her way towards Vey.
All right. Basil, the door is open. You can see inside as you get there, and you see the same thing that I've described to everybody.
Cool. So yeah, Basil just runs in, kind of hopping over all of the now splintered door pieces. And she's all of a sudden not feeling super confident in herself, especially after that vision. But seeing as what she thinks is her friend Vey on the ground with this giant Elsa's ice person, she just tries to do. So I'd say, would I be in 5 feet of this monster thing?
I'll say yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Basil would like to cast Word of Radiance at 5th level.
5th level? I don't know if you have 5th level spells yet, do you?
No, you don't want
No. Oh, we're on level 4. Never mind.
You should have
Well, then
3rd level spells.
Yeah, but it only does 5th next time. Okay. Then I'll just do the regular. Okay. So it's a Constitution saving throw that it would have to take.
Okay, I see.
Oh, that makes sense.
So Word of Radiance, you're casting it at
The
cantrip level. It gains in power at 5th level.
yeah, I think that's what I was
Okay,
thinking
so
about.
that's a Constitution saving throw. All right. Say 14 plus 2, so that's a 16 total.
Dang, doesn't work.
As you fire this Word of Radiance, actually, how does it flavor? Because I believe this is the first time you're casting the spell.
So for Word of Radiance, I know it says utter a divine word, but Basil doesn't really know. She doesn't really do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So what she does is think of like, so you know how Uncle Iroh does his dragon breath kind of thing. So Basil's just going to take some deep breaths, and this isn't going to look as cool because obviously they passed. But she's going to take some deep breaths, and you can kind of see a glowing start to happen in her chest, but it's very faint. And then you can kind of see some light smoke coming out of her nose and her ears and her mouth. But then usually when she would just like push it all out, it kind of just fizzles.
You get stuck and you start coughing a little bit. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
God. No.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Vey, you're up. And then this next round, Rhiannon and Gideon will be joining in.
Okay. Yeah, he is going to. I mean, all he can really do is try to smack at it. Actually, he's gonna bonus action. He's gonna put his vow on it.
Okay.
And he's gonna smack at it with advantage because he's scared. I guess is the best way to.
Okay. Rhiannon and Gideon, go ahead and roll initiative. I know you rolled initiative, Rhiannon, but you can roll it again.
Damn, that's nice.
Ooh.
You are a
Nice.
genuinely nice person. Because that's it's like double. Oh, God bless you, Jonathan.
So you swipe out. You kind of get to your feet. Okay, cool. So Rhiannon, Gideon. You get to your feet, Vey, and you kind of stab out at this thing, and the point of the sword breaks through the ice and creates this crack through the body of this creature. It lets out another one of those kind of deafening, glass-shattering shrieks, and you can see like its form is not completely attached anymore. It is looking very hurt. Is that your turn?
Is his necklace anywhere near him, or is it like?
Yeah, it's on the ground right next to you.
Yeah, can he pick it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna dive down and grab that real fast before he's standing back up.
Okay.
But yeah, that's me.
Okay. It is the creature's turn. It is going to clamber on over to Vey. Because Basil, you're right next to it. I would say that Basil, you are literally next to Vey, and the creature's in front of Vey, so there is no attack of opportunity. It's just going to swipe out towards Vey.
Does it look like it's specifically just focused on Vey and not really anybody else?
Yeah. It every one of you have come into the room, and it's just, it has not moved. It doesn't have a face. It's just nothingness, but its body posture is pointed towards Vey. Vey, that is a 7 to hit. Man, this guy sucks. I rolled a 5. Jesus. Yeah, that's its turn. Rhiannon, you're in.
All right. Okie dokie. Oh wait, with a 16. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So then, yeah, I mean, since the door's busted down, he would run down. He wouldn't, obviously, not, since he's in an inn, he's not sleeping in his armor, but it's okay. It's only a 1 difference to his AC, so it's not a big deal. So right, with the dagger and with the sword out, he's gonna run in there. And yeah, I think that seeing the ice creature, he's going to be like, Oh God, it's so early in the morning for this shit. So he's gonna just try and focus, steal himself. He is going to let the sort of like, I'm sure the wisps of flame from the firebolt that are still maybe lingering in the room. He's gonna activate the Might of the Okunai. I'm gonna activate my Might of the Okunai. As I run in there, trying to get right behind this thing, and I'm going to action slash down with the sword on it.
Roll attack.
And I hope I hit it. I want to hit it. Did I hit it?
Man, there is a lot of
No.
people. There's like no space
Brienne,
in this room
there
anymore.
is not only is there little space, the ceiling is only about maybe 8 to 9 feet tall. So as you go to swipe, it hits the ceiling and it jabs itself in, and you have to like pull the sword out from the wood. Unfortunately, missing.
But that's
first
embarrassing. I'm going to use an action surge and hit it again.
Okay. You're waking up. You're waking up.
Amazing.
So you swipe up and it hits the ceiling. You're like shit, and you detach it and you swipe up like an uppercut almost, and it hits the ground. It gets stuck in the ground. You're like shit, and you pull that out.
Okay, Joe, I gotta interject. You know how salty Kayla and I get when Morwen and Nalpine action surge and nothing comes of it? This is why. There's nothing more painful
That's fucking
in
true.
D&D than action surging and missing again.
I think it's
There's
happened to
nothing
Torin
more
too.
painful.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Ryan, what about character death? No. Missing an action surge?
That's the worst thing.
No.
Luckily, the final thing he's going to be like, okay, well, long weapons are out, so he's going to take out Eldar's dagger, and he's just, because bonus action, and he's going to go, ah! He's going to try and stab it.
20.
Is Vey am I flanking with Vey?
You are.
Do I get a d6?
Sure.
If I roll, would a d6 change the outcome?
No.
Okay. Oh.
Actually, wait. Yes, it would if you rolled a 6.
All right.
Yes, it would.
Let's do it. Let's leave it up to the digital dice, which is a terrible idea. I'm going to roll a 1 because they hate me. Oh, it's a 3. Okay. 12.
So, Ryan, you hit the ceiling, pull your sword out, you hit the ground, you pull your sword, you're like, fuck, it's too early for this shit. You grab your dagger, and as you go to pull out the dagger and like stab this creature, your hand gets like stuck in the rope that's around the dagger, and it's like on your belt. You're like, shit, and you just is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep fiddling with my fucking rope. Just, God. Sorry, Vey. I wish I could be more useful, but your room is too short.
Gideon, you said this rope would work, you asshole.
Are people out in the hallway watching this?
Not yet. This hasn't happened
God
yet.
bless that nobody sees this.
Gideon, you're up.
All right. Oh, man. A lot's happened. So, like everyone else, Gideon is going to run into the room. And, God, there's a lot going on. There's so many questions. Why does Rianne look so angry when Vey looks so close to dead? And speaking of Vey, what? Hey, Gak, what's up? This is probably a weird question. Is the window to Vey's room like open?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way that Gideon can like move around to try and get to the window to kind of cut him off if this thing tries to run?
I would say because you have run out of your room across the hall to the door of this room, you can get up to the creature, which is a hard thing to do anyways because everyone is literally around this creature at this point. Actually, everyone except Yursa, because Gak, Basil, and Rianne and Vey are surrounding this thing. So getting to the window, no, you probably wouldn't be able to with your movement.
If I dash?
If you dash, yes.
Okay, I will do that.
You're gonna have to do some Assassin's Creed, like, excuse me, sorry, let me get through here. Okay.
Nice to see you, nice pajamas. Sorry, pardon me. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna secure the exit here. Okay. Choke point. Thank you. Art of War. Thank you. Okay, and that will be it.
Okay.
Wait, no. No, I lied. Bonus action, cast Sanctuary on Vey.
Okay, what does that look like?
Oh, was not prepared for this.
You throw fairy dust at Vey. Sparkly.
Nah, I think again it's just kind of like Gideon kind of like looking towards Vey, and he'll snap his finger real quick, and there'll just be this kind of golden kind of flicker shimmer that appears on Vey. It almost looks like the shields from like the new Dune that like appear on him. Yeah, and that's the effect it has, pretty much.
Okay. All right, you have
It
Sanctuary.
just almost looks like he's phasing like the Flash or something a little bit.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. With that, Gak, you're up. You are
You're muted, Nick.
It's okay. We can hear you we can hear you through Rachel's.
I know, I can hear him.
I even had a funny joke earlier that no one laughed at.
Say it again.
I don't
Again.
remember what it was.
Aw.
Oh, I remember. Ryan said he cast Sanctuary on Vey. John said, "What does that look like right now?" And I said, "Currently blue and white." Oh God! All right. You just got gacked. Gak is gonna have his hand on his spell book, and he's gonna realize, okay, fire does pretty well. And he's going to cast Scorching Ray this time.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I'll roll the 3 times for Scorching Ray. Meh.
Miss, hit.
Whew, okay. 18 fire
Uh,
damage.
Each ray that hits. Oh, by the way, there is a curtain in the back that is on fire next to you, Gideon. I forgot to.
Mm.
This
Forgot to
poor
know.
innkeeper.
Yeah, you guys have fucked up this room.
Yeah, someone has to pay for that. Not me, but someone has to.
I mean, was it us or was it Ice Boy?
I
Because
don't think Ice Boy set the curtain on fire.
That's true.
Each ray that hits this creature you see does do extra damage to it. As the left arm just kind of gets dislodged and falls on the ground. But you also see the arm starting to like shudder a little bit and almost try to claw its way back up the creature, trying to like attach itself again. And then you fire another one and it goes straight through the head and creates this hole in the top, like almost like a U-shaped hole. It is looking very bad, but it is still up.
Hey, if you have fire, use it. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to attempt to use Telekinetic Shove. And the target must succeed a strength save or be moved 5 feet away from me, which would also allow everyone near it to do an attack of opportunity.
Hold on.
Attack of opportunity has to be willing movement.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Either way, get it out of there.
Yeah, that's still fine.
5 feet away, slam it into the curtain with the fire.
No, that's right!
Hold on, let me see. Okay, it needs to make a what saving throw?
A strength save of 13 or higher.
Okay.
Is this Pirates of the Caribbean?
It might be, I don't know.
Sounds like it.
They do get shoved away.
Nice. All right. That's my turn.
He kid shut.
Okay, you're up.
Okay, hearing Gak say that, she is going to, in her left hand, materialize a flame blade. And it's gonna be kind of wild for Ursa, but she's just gonna, like, run into this creature and stab it.
Okay, make an attack.
It actual make a melee spell attack. I shall.
Ursa getting aggressive.
Woo!
Maybe. No, she doesn't. She doesn't do this very often.
What's happening?
I'm sad. I'm depressed.
As you try to get yeah, guys, what's
Welcome
going
to
on?
the club.
You actually trip over Basil's foot and
I'm
fall on
sorry,
the ground. But
Ursa.
as you hit the ground, the flame blade just kind of disperses.
You know,
That's
guys,
so sad.
we had a good run at being adventurers, but I think that we should just call it quits here and just move on to something we'd be
Clearly.
more skilled at, you know?
Like pottery.
Like a circus.
I'm gonna go to school.
We have a tiefling that can change colors. That's a perfect circus of tricks. I'm sorry.
Don't be mean.
No! No!
I'll see you guys later. I'm joining the military and joining the school.
It's my turn. I'll be on the
I'm sorry, you're so...
Sorry.
Basil, you're up.
Okay. So seeing everything happen and feeling even more shitty about herself.
Shitty as Vay feels.
Huh?
Not as shitty as Vay feels right now.
That's true. That's true. It could be worse.
Could be stabbed by an ice elemental guy.
I mean,
Might be.
there's
If we hang
that's
around long enough.
possible. That is possible. Basil is instead just going to reach down and cure wounds. Faye.
Yeah.
Clearly, she's not really helping out at the moment.
He thinks that is helping out. He very much appreciates
Okay,
that.
cool.
You are healed
Not
5
a
hit
lot.
points, Faye.
Yeah, oh, thank you. Appreciate. Oh my gosh.
Okay, is that your turn, Basil?
Yeah.
Vay, you are up.
Okay. He would nod at Basil, obviously very thankful for what she just did. And he's going to turn and swing at this thing again. And hoping it goes away. Please go
Okay.
away. Let's see if it... Right.
Is this two-handed or one?
This is... Oh, he doesn't have a shield. He can do it too.
Okay.
Damn.
Vay, you turn around after being healed by Basil, and you swipe down with your sword. And as the sword connects with this creature, you feel it start to shatter like glass. How do you want to do this?
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Okay, there's total chaos going around him, and he's kind of like worried about his friends too, because he saw some of them go down and like all that stuff, and so yeah, he's just going to do the most economic thing where he just kind of goes right through the middle, and yeah, he's just not going to say anything. He looks really upset.
Okay.
This whole situation.
As you swipe through with a clean swipe, you just see the creature start to shatter. However, as it does start to shatter, you see its body start to like undulate and like shift as it explodes in a fury of ice. I need
Fuck.
everyone to roll dexterity saving throws.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh, I have
Sorry.
advantage on these because of my Might of the Okunai.
Yep, that checks out for today.
Kunai.
Oh.
Bruh!
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
God has
We're all
punished you
doing-
for your hubris.
Fucking, I rolled a 2.
Basil's just like, I
And
have the power of anime, I guess.
Anime!
We're all doing great. Also, John, I do have resistance to cold damage.
That's good because you're gonna need it.
Yeah.
What?
Basil succeeds. Ursa succeeds. Gideon succeeds. So everyone that didn't succeed, you take 24 points of cold damage.
Okay.
That is reduced to half for you, Vay, and for you, Gak. To 12.
That's exactly what he has. He's down. Faye's unconscious.
Oh.
Right on the money.
So Rian, you take 24 points.
Mhm.
Unfortunately,
just
you're the
too much.
only one who actually takes the full brunt of the damage.
It's okay. It's because Rian didn't get his morning calisthenics in. That he's just off, you know.
You know,
Yeah,
for an old
yeah,
man, you
yeah,
need
for sure,
those.
for sure.
Gotta
Yeah.
stretch.
But as these spikes of ice just shatter across the room, you see one pierce Vay straight in the chest, and then like melt immediately as Vay drops to the ground unconscious.
Um,
Basil,
yeah. Okay, so yeah.
Don't sound too excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
On this guy.
It's okay. Yursa can help. Like, she'll also
We
pump
need
like
to
a.
also heal like everybody. So can we just do like, duck duck goose and just like go to each person, starting with they,
Yes.
and just
Yeah.
do a little, cure
Cure
wounds
wounds.
to everybody.
Yeah, I'll just.
So I will cure wounds they first.
Who needs some healing?
Thank you, appreciate it.
Your
Hey,
6 hit points.
Rachel,
Right?
Heh.
I might be getting my classes mixed up. Are you Grave or Death Cleric?
I'm grave.
Don't you have a thing where if they're at 0 hit points, you heal them fully when you cast Cure Wounds on them?
At least not
No.
yet.
Maybe that's a Death Cleric then.
No, you
Sorry.
restore maximum possible HP on each dice when healing spells to a creature with 0 HP. Yeah, it's your circle of mortality. So actually, you would heal Vey to 8, 10, 12.
Oh,
But
right
so-
back up.
How do I do is that just like a known thing?
It's in your
'Cause
features and traits. It's a circle of mortality.
maybe I should read my stats.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I think so.
No, you're fine.
What's that mean?
Wasn't trying to be a dick there. Just thought I would ask.
No, I'm glad you said something because clearly, for an English major, I don't know how to fucking read.
Same.
Okay, well, cool. Now I know.
At this point, Yursa, who are you healing?
I guess Rian, because he took the most of the shattery blast.
Thanks.
It's not for much, but you got 6.
That's okay. I used my second one too to recover 10, so that's
Okay.
I'm at 42 out of 50 now, so
Okay,
I'm
cool.
fine. My
How's-
the stab
how's
wound
Gat?
that Eldar caused is bleeding again, but that's all right.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
This is all Eldar's fault.
How's Gak boy?
You can see that he has definitely taken damage, but he kind of isn't acting like it.
Oh, Basil goes
So,
up and
yeah.
just like gently touches him and cure wounds.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't really worried about it right now.
Oh, well, I don't see the point in not healing you. If you hurt.
Yeah, you just see Gak is kind of staring at Vey with. a
You
lot
all
of
look
worry.
over. Yeah, you all look over, and Vey, you are conscious again. You see a white tiefling with blue kind of accents. If you would like to show everybody, Knight.
Yes, I wasn't expecting to use this artisan, but here it is.
Oh, I like it.
He's sitting up, and you can tell he's pretty discombobulated about what just happened. He still has the necklace, right? He's instantly looking for it. Okay.
Yeah, you have it in your hands.
And then he kind of looks up at everyone else to see if anyone else is hurt visibly, I guess. Is there anyone who still looks like they're really hurt?
Maybe emotionally.
Maybe. I think that's everyone. It truly is that, like, walking in with a pizza and everything's on fire. Like, quite literally, the curtains are still on fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gideon hasn't done anything about that.
Yeah.
That was for the stream. I put that up for the stream.
Oh, okay.
Hey, stream! This is the art. It's awesome.
There's a fire spreading in the back of the.
Oh, I mean, Gak would have put that.
Okay.
He forgot. I mean, yeah, Gak. That would have been one of the first things after the fight.
Cool.
Shit. Yeah. Upon seeing this, like, absolute chaos, like, splinters of wood, everything, you just see Vey just kind of, like, put his head, like, into his hands. He's like, fuck. As he just is, like, trying to comprehend the mess that just happened, in front of him. Yeah, he's emotional damage right now. He's trying to gather himself.
Yrsa's gonna kind of like kneel down and touch Vey on his shoulder, and trying not to, emotionally wreck him more than he is already emotionally destroyed. She's just gonna very gently say, are you okay? And if you are, what happened?
Vey stiffens a little bit, but then he kind of like rubs his hands down his face. He's like, I suppose the gig is up at this point. Pretending isn't going to get me very far anymore, as they found me. I'm sorry. I truly didn't think they would have known where I was. And he's gonna stand and try to kind of not distance himself, but he's like kind of looking around, evaluating to see if there's anything else odd in the room.
I think you should elaborate just a bit more. Who
Who's
found
they?
you?
As I said before, I didn't lie necessarily. I work for a specific group of people who are trying to get something back, and another group of people don't want me to get it back. And I'm not quite sure who these people are as of yet. And so I was trying to lay low, as I knew they would probably try to find me. And it seems that I failed miserably. And he's kind of rubbing his jaw. You can tell that he's really upset about what just happened. And yeah.
It's the stunned silence.
Yeah, just
That's why you hear like murmurs down the hallway, and then eventually you hear footfalls as Genlin, the elven keeper of the riverside, and looks in and goes, "What the hell?"
Rian's gonna turn to Vey and be like, "It's all right. I understand. We can talk about it more later." And he's gonna turn to Genlin and just be like, "Here, listen." And he's gonna like pretty much like put his arm around Genlin and be like, "Listen, we'll pay for it all. Don't worry about it. He was attacked, but he's safe now. We're good." And he's gonna try and get him away from the situation and not stress out Vey anymore, and just stress I'll pay for it.
Yrsa
I'll
will
pay for it.
druidcraft as many little flowers all around the opening of the door as possible.
Gak will cast Minor Illusion to make it look like the door is there.
Oh my god.
Teamwork, baby.
What's the DC for your spells?
My DC is 13, and I think that's what it would be for Minor Illusion as well.
He rolled a 13. He doesn't see the illusionary door.
Well, it's supposed to be a
Summon-
successful investigation check, so if he has a negative to investigation.
He doesn't. You lead him away, Rianne, and you just hear, "Someone is paying for this."
I already,
Oh,
Genlin,
God.
I already said I would pay for it. I'm very sorry for this inconvenience, and I promise you will pay it back all in full. Don't worry. Sorry again.
And he
It's
just
all right. Let it out.
walks down the door as you all congregate once more.
And I thought it couldn't get any worse, but it just did. So, wonderful. Obviously, I will pay for the damage. This was my fault. I wasn't trying to get anyone in trouble.
Vey, could you maybe... I don't mean to push, but I think we all have a lot of questions. What is it you're looking for exactly, and who sent you?
He would pause, and then I'm worried that if I say it, it'll only... Fine. This is me putting my trust in you, and I sincerely hope that you are people who will not use it against me.
Vey, if
Because-
you do not feel comfortable, you don't have to tell us the specifics.
Briefly, I come from a distant group of people in the mountains, and many years ago, something was taken from us, and it's been affecting us ever since. Recently, we found a lead to where it might be, and so they sent me to try to locate it. Obviously, the person who took it, whoever that is, doesn't want us to get it back. It is simply a clear-cut case of theft from us and someone being a megalomaniac, which is just wonderful.
Why would they just send you? Why not a group of people?
I'm the one who can blend in.
Is this your first time being found by something like this?
Yes, I thought I was doing fairly well up until this point. But I see that's definitely my mistake in thinking that.
DM question.
Yes.
Seeing that Vey has lost his disguise and now looks like this, does Gideon know anything about tieflings that look like this that might kind of connect some dots here?
No.
Okay.
No check at all. I will say for the rest of the party, this is the first time you've seen a tiefling that looks like this.
Vey, is this something that we could possibly help you with?
I wouldn't ask it of any of you.
But if we're not asking and telling you that we can help, at least me, if it's something that I can help you with, is it something that's possible?
As of right now, we're unsure of the general location of this artifact. I was basically... What I'm saying is, I was hoping to travel and eventually find whatever remained of what we latched onto, and perhaps find it. But obviously, I don't think you could help with that anymore. I was going to stay traveling with you until I found a lead. So,
You're going to continue with us.
that was my intention, but I can understand if this puts a sour taste in people's mouth.
I feel like, at least in my opinion, we all have some skeletons in the closet that might come back to bite us while we're on this journey. It does not bother me. If anything, it brings me some sort of comfort to know that we can be here to protect you if this were to happen to you again. Because who knows what would happen the next time, and if you were by yourself, I would feel horrible knowing that I just let you go off on your own trying to deal with this when I could easily help. But I don't speak for the group, so I would love to have you continue, but I think everybody else should speak their opinion.
Simply enough, I agree with Basil. I don't blame you for keeping secrets, especially with people you don't know if you can trust. I have no hard feelings. And I also agree with Basil that I want you to stay in case this does happen again. I know I wasn't exactly very useful, but provided they give this old man some time to stretch before they decide to attack next time, I'm sure we'll, Do better.
Yeah, that's a wry smile
Yeah.
out of Vey. I appreciate that. I do.
I think that it's safe to say that we're all in this together. So if we can get out of here, Joe. This is not High School Musical. if we if we all have been here for each other this far, why would we stop now? You are doing a noble cause for your people, and if we can help, why not? There's no burden, at least for me, at all.
Aw, Vey looks choked up at that. He's realizing he's surrounded by a good group of people. And he kind of swallows thickly and like nods. But he doesn't trust himself to speak without crying.
Oh, wholesome bean.
Traumatized, but
Gideon, Gak, we don't want you two to be left out of this decision.
Gak
Or
is
if
just
you
kind
would
of
rather-
staring. Gak is just kind of staring, not at anybody, just off into the corner of the room.
Gideon's kind of doing something similar, to be honest.
Gak, would you like to talk through your feelings?
Is it normal for a group of people to just not be honest with each other?
I think there's the difference between purposeful dishonesty versus keeping something from a group of people because you're scared that it could hurt you and other people. It seems like Faye was wanting to do everything to protect his community. I don't fault Faye for that at all.
Sometimes things are just hard to talk about. All of us, we deal with trauma in different ways. With
No,
pain.
I
Don't want to talk about that.
yeah, I understand. I've been having a hard time talking about what happened with Eldar for a long time, and I still don't know why I got in trouble, but I just don't understand why we can't all talk to each other.
I think it's easier said than done. Well, we've been together for, I'd say it's like around a month, ish, a little over maybe. I don't know.
Less.
Less
Than a month.
but-
Yeah, never
Like
mind.
23 days or something like
Yeah.
that.
Even though we've only been together for maybe a month, we still don't know each other well enough to admit to things that maybe we're not comfortable to admit yet. Maybe that's something that we can all work on if we decide to continue together. Continue to build trust, support. There are things that I'm sure many of us may not be comfortable with telling other people yet. Maybe there's only one person or two people that we're comfortable talking about with. But at the end of the day, if someone chooses to not say something because they're worried about their family, their own safety, our safety, I can't fault them for that.
No, I understand.
But I think it's okay for you to feel this way too.
There's just a lot of stuff happening at once,
There is.
and I'm still tired.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go to bed.
Would you like company?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
And Gak will turn around and head to his room.
They should stay in a room that's not this one.
I'm very sorry about the door.
It's not my door.
Yeah. Faye's looking like, and I'm very sorry for my life. Apparently, it's causing issues.
It's and yes, I think that if it's all right with you, Vey should stay in our room. Better chances if there's 3 of us in one room as opposed to just 2. Vey, you can stay in my bed. Actually, there's 2 beds in there. Yursa doesn't sleep in the bed. She has a hammock, actually, now that I think about it. So there's a free bed in there, actually.
I was gonna say, Vey, his eyebrows shoot up when it's like the bed. He's like, no. You for your back, you need that. after this fight, he's like, you need a bed.
It wasn't that the sword got caught. It was that Rian's back seized up.
Rand's over there. My back.
Oh. I got a plate loose.
No, I'll be fine.
I think that's a good idea. You absolutely may.
I would very much appreciate it. And obviously I will pay for the room.
No.
He gives her the look like no, like I'm gonna pay for the room.
And Rand just shakes his head back. No, you're not. Nope.
Okay.
Money is important at all right now.
No, it's not. All right. Get your stuff.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, he'll trot over and grab his pack and stuff. Yeah, he's like covered in indigo blood, and he's like just wearing his pants, and he's like, this night has sucked so bad. Like he's like picking up his pack, like you know when a kindergartner has had a fight and they're like walking to their mom's car. Like yes, that's like the energy here of just like
doesn't help. The last thing Rian said was, "Get your stuff."
Exactly. It's like, okay, Mom, I'm sorry. Before he walked away, before everyone kind of dispersed, he's again. I know, you may not want to hear it, but I am sorry about what has happened. It's unfortunate that it occurred this way.
We all have something, don't we?
Seems so. And then he's gonna trot like the kindergartner he is away.
Basil's gonna just grab the blanket that's on Vey's bed instead of just going back to her room, and she's gonna curl it around her and go sit outside of Gak's door. And then she's just gonna do like a little like tap and a rub just to kind of let him know that someone is there, but not like a let me in kind of
demon
kind of thing.
Yes, another ice elemental appears.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so after
Sorry,
this...
one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
After everyone disperses, Gideon doesn't leave Vey's room quite yet. What's left of this ice thing?
It is melted. It shattered into pieces, and every bit of it is just seeped into the wooden floor.
Okay, so there's like nothing to like collect from it or to check for anything.
No.
Okay. Then in that case, Gideon will just go back to his room.
Well, there is a very valuable chemical composition there. H2O.
To extract from the wood.
Yeah, H2O.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's high quality H2O.
Yeah. It's like Ice Mountain bottled water.
Magical H2O.
It's Fiji.
That would give you dysentery for sure. That ice thing. Like, you don't know where the ice creature's been. No way. This is the Oregon Trail all over again.
Yes.
So, as you all head to bed with the... I would say Yursa and Rian and Vey specifically, you guys find a little harder to fall asleep. Because Vey is in the room, so you are actively watching for many other elementals to appear and stab Vey. However, you do fall asleep and get your long rest and wake up the next morning.
Nice.
Woo.
Oh, thank God.
After that, what do you guys want to do?
Long rest again.
Jesus, yeah.
Guess technically it's time to go shopping.
Jesus, yeah.
Boop.
I want to.
Gideon,
We don't.
oh.
I was just gonna say we don't need to role play it, but Ryan wants everybody to have a normal breakfast where we don't talk about that. We just sit together and eat, and that's it.
Okay. I will say, during your breakfast, you do get a message from a courier, I guess.
Oh
you would
wait.
say.
Oh wait. Ryan
Oh.
had something.
Sorry,
sorry.
I was trying to do something before breakfast.
Okay, go ahead.
Gideon's gonna go try and find Gak before we kind of gather together for our morning activities.
Okay.
Is Basil like still there, or did she go to her room to like prep for the day?
I think she'd probably get up, go get ready, but then go downstairs pretty early since,
Okay.
only needs the 4 hours.
All right, Gideon will just knock on Gak's door then.
You're muted, Nick.
Still muted.
Yeah. There's
Gotcha.
not an immediate response, but eventually the door will kind of creak open, and Gak will look out, and then once he sees it's you, he'll kind of open the door a little bit more.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
And Gideon will just kind of walk in if he opens the door further,
Yeah, he'll let him in.
and he'll just go and grab a chair once again, since I imagine all the rooms are pretty much set up the exact same for the most part.
Pretty much.
Yeah. How are you feeling after last night?
I don't know.
That's fair.
I have not, at least compared to the stories that I've heard you guys say, I have not done a lot. Pretty much everything we do is new for me. And I don't know. I understand trying to be safe. I mean, rule number 3 is not give everyone all the information all at once.
Rules are there, by the way.
I just have the 3 so far, but
Okay.
if people tell me something, I write it down.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
in my head, I don't write it down.
Sorry, I just wanted to keep track. Go on.
Yeah, that's okay. So I understand. I just don't like it.
I think there's a lot of things that a lot of us are struggling with right now. So I get that. At least a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
But it occurs to me that you and I haven't talked about some things, so maybe we can talk about that if that's okay with you this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Skak, I think it's interesting because you said that a lot of this is kind of new to you. The truth is, a lot of this is new to me too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, for different reasons though.
You make all that stuff. I thought that you had a lot of experience.
No, I just was around someone who did stuff like this.
Why is it new for you?
Because as far as I can remember, up until about 2 or 3 years ago, I think I was in the same spot all the time. I wasn't out doing things. I was I was held captive.
Oh, so you weren't allowed to leave.
I definitely was not allowed to leave, no. And a lot happened to me while I was there. A lot of, bad things.
You don't have to talk about it.
I know, but I think you want to know, and in a little way it helps me and it becomes a little easier each time,
Yeah, well, I'd like to know, especially if it would help you.
Fair enough. And then for the sake of brevity, just because this is a story that's gone over a few times, you will basically share the information that's been shared with Rian and your sub to Gak.
Cool.
And yeah, the people that I worked with at the border, they gathered some money for me to kind of go and find a purpose, and I set out and eventually found you guys. So I have not been out adventuring for very long, to be honest.
Well, I'm sorry that all that happened to you, but it does sound like we have very similar stories, not in intensity, but I was just at home and I wanted to help people, and my parents just said, well, why don't you do it? And I knew that there was a magic school nearby, so I just kind of told them I'd be going to that school, and I left. And then I think you've probably heard I was on the waiting list, and then I became a pirate, and then I came to this. I became a pirate. I'm a pirate. I stole
Gideon
a
is
boat.
now realizing he's surrounded by criminals. Like,
there was a guy who helped me get, because I'm from Siri, like Rian. And after I left there, there's a guy who told me to hop on his boat because I needed to get over to Valamine, and then while we were there on the boat, I found out that it wasn't his boat. And he just used me. But it wasn't like, he didn't use me in like a bad way. He's a really cool guy, and that's just what pirates do. So, I'm a pirate now, and I got here, and I'm trying to get to another school, but I gotta join the military, so that's gonna stink.
Okay, so a couple of things. One, Gak, I haven't looked up in the dictionary. I don't think you can be an accidental or unwilling pirate. I'm not sure, but
if a pirate tells you you're a pirate, then you're a pirate. That's the rules.
Okay.
Because pirates get to tell. They decide who are pirates.
Okay. Well, if anyone ever if you ever just happen to say that out loud and someone's like, "Wait, what?" Just make sure you lead with that someone else told you were a pirate. Okay. Just make sure you do that. Okay.
I'm only gonna tell people I trust.
All right. Cool.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. Oh, there was so much. I forgot the rest. Oh. Secondly, Gak, I've watched you these past few weeks, honestly. Your arcane abilities beyond fascinating.
Thank you.
What you are capable of is something that I've never read or studied about, which granted I haven't been doing it long, but your natural ability seems almost more akin to someone that was born with power, like a warlock or a sorcerer, and yet your book indicates that you're something else entirely. But your way of connecting the elemental and arcane forces, it could be revolutionary.
I don't know what.
Go on.
Oh, I don't know what Warlock or sorcery is, but yeah, I used the book.
But I mean, imagine just people being able to better their lives, to defend themselves, to make better lives for themselves by doing what you do. It's just, the potential's limitless.
Well, I don't always do good, I guess.
Who does?
Yeah.
Is this about the Eldar thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned you got in trouble. Who'd you get in trouble with?
When all that was happening, they yelled at me and told me, or I don't know, I don't remember what they said. I just know that they was angry. But I don't know, we were all hitting him. I don't know what changed.
I could give you my opinion on it, but just keep in mind it's just my opinion.
Okay.
I think what happened with Eldar was unfortunate. It was a fight. It was a fight, English major. It was a fight that he picked and continued. I saw you go for the necklace, which I thought was very smart. You wanted to make sure that he could not call upon any of those beasts to either hurt us or any of the guards or the townsfolk again.
Yeah, he already stabbed Rian a bunch in the chest. I didn't want a bear to show up or something.
Yeah, that would not have been great. We were dealing with his Drake already. You know, we had to fight through them at the town.
Yeah, he was hurting everybody quite a bit.
And you were trying to make sure that he couldn't hurt anyone else. And so you took away this thing that if he was surrendering, I mean, he was going to have to give that up, obviously. And when he resisted, you protected yourself. You had every right to be scared and make sure that you were okay in that moment. Fear's something we all understand. I don't know if that helped or made it worse, but that's how I saw
it. It did help a little bit. I mean, he was lying to us the whole time. And then as soon as he says that he gives up, we just believe him. How do we know that he wouldn't just immediately call more animals and kill Basil again? Or succeed in killing Rian?
All valid questions. I can't speak for Vey. And if you want to understand what Vey was thinking, you're going to have to talk to Vey. But I don't think he did anything wrong, Gak.
Yeah, I was starting to warm up to the idea of talking to Vey.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that was a lot last night. Okay, you might want to give that a little bit for both of y'all.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
I think more so for Vey, because even if Vey doesn't like me, I still want him to be safe. So I'd rather him just not like me, and as long as he's good, that's all that matters.
Well, you need to make sure you're okay too.
Yeah, I'm good.
I Gak, I know I don't need to ask, but I can trust you to keep something between us, yeah?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's part of rule number 3, I guess. You don't give out any information you don't have to. So, I mean, I don't tell secrets.
Okay. Can I share something with you that no one else knows?
Yeah. If it'll help you.
It'll be hard, but I think it will help me. And Gideon will kind of like turn away and he'll kind of like lean forward. He'll just kind of like breathe for a little bit. Just kind of like trying to prep himself. And he's going to reach behind and start unclasping the mask that covers the right side of his face. And once it becomes loose, he grabs it and slides it off. And as he turns to look at Gak, because, like, you've seen, like, because, you know, Gideon does his best to cover it up, but, like, there's a little bit that, like, pokes out from under the eye from the blue, and you've seen a little bit at, like, the neck of just kind of, like, the blue in the scales. Like, as much as Gideon does his best to hide it, there's always a little bit that's, like, kind of popping out.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, like, when he moves around. Like, sometimes, you know, he takes care to, like, really look good, but when you move around, clothes are just fabric. But,
Right.
This one looks very different from the rest. Instead of scaly, it still looks like very blue, but it looks like it's kind of like built up and it looks like a thicker kind of texture. Sorry, I'm like reading the chat while I'm talking, which I shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, like it doesn't look like skin. It just looks like something kind of like hard has formed. And instead of just covering his face like normal, you see that whatever this is has actually grown and covered the right eye completely. And kind of like a little bit towards the top, it's almost kind of started to grow out. Like, not quite, because this is a very extreme example, but almost like Last of Us clicker kind of type thing growing out.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite, but just something kind of similar. And yeah, Gideon will kind of like finally turn to you, and you know, you can see that.
Gak is currently has his hands up over his shoulder like this. He goes,
Are you okay if Chip looks, or do you want him to turn away?
Does you know, I've always been afraid of this conversation because like great character is Gideon so fucking much. Just God damn it. Does Chip understand the value of rule number 3?
Oh yeah, Chip talks to me. And Chip
Okay.
talked to Yursa too, but I don't think Chip don't tell anybody.
Then that's fine. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
you see the blue frog is just kind of like staring at you.
You look really cool.
I'm really glad someone feels that way.
Do you not are you not proud of your appearance? Is that why you wear a mask?
That would be correct, yes. Like I said, I wasn't always like this. I can still feel that there's an eye under there. Can't see out of it. And honestly, I've been trying to find a way to fix it ever since. Because it's still growing.
Oh. I don't think it's cool that happened to you. But if you're worried about about looking weird, I think every single person I see looks weird. To me, you just look like a person I haven't seen before.
You think everyone looks weird?
I only really knew my family, so every time I see somebody, I get a nice little surprise.
Huh.
There's so many people. My pirate friend is like a cat. There's
Oh,
just
like
so many
Max?
people that yeah, that's what he said.
Okay.
I feel like everywhere I go, I see something that I haven't seen before. So, to me, you look just like everybody else.
Well, you're the first person to ever tell me that.
Well, I still am sorry that happened to you. I know that it's not good that you can't see and that it's still growing. I wish I knew if there was a way that I could help.
So, if there ever is, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, part of why I wanted to show you is just... I'm not gonna lie to you, I have my reservations about Vey and what's going on, but... not everyone's as kind as you are. Not everyone would treat this as seeing me like everyone else. And when you get that enough times, you just kind of assume everyone will feel that way. Even if you really want to be wrong.
Well, that's their loss. And I think that if you, I mean, how many people have you met since you started venturing? You know, I'm one of them. So if there's one of me in every however many people you meet, I think you'll be surprised that you don't have to be worried.
Well, maybe one day I'll have the courage to do just that. But
Yeah.
I think perhaps a little bit like Vey, I don't think I'm entirely ready yet either.
That's okay. I appreciate you that you thank you for I like that you could tell me, and yeah, you can talk to me whenever you need to.
I appreciate that. Just know my door's open too, okay?
Okay. And Chip says that you can talk to him whenever you need to as well.
Robert.
Well, tell Chip thank you very much.
Gideon says thank you very much.
Robert.
It's comment. Okay. Hey. Okay. Oh. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm starved. Shall we go down?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So as you all are eating your breakfast this morning, kind of speeding things up a little bit, a courier does come from the Erdem estate, and it is a letter. Basically, the first part of the letter says, if you're going to go to the party, you'll need an invitation. Here is yours. And that you are going on behalf of the Erdems, but should you choose not to represent them, you can go on your own accord. It is addressed to the Seekers of Insania. There is, however, the actual invitation from the Lord and Lady themselves. and it reads. I'll read it to you, and then I'll post it in the notes. Actually, I'll post it in the notes and read it to you at the same time. How about that? Handouts. Quotes. So, as you're reading this invitation, you see and read, "My dearest friends, my name is Kyrian Blackmore. My sister Ophelia and I have recently moved to your beautiful town to hopefully venture alongside each of you in the pursuit of business and friendship. We are humbled to be welcomed so graciously and grateful to be given the opportunity to hopefully work alongside each and every one of you. Due to hereditary obstacles, we are unable to travel outside of our abode during the day, and therefore is a hindrance with meeting you all. However, we believe we've come up with a solution to the problem. We would like to invite your family and friends to our estate for a lavish evening of jovial congregation on Flame Rule the 27th. We hope you accept this invitation so that we may embrace your community and grow in our individual business ventures. If you accept, be sure to wear your best dress, but also come to enjoy yourself. We hope to see you there. Sincerely, Kyrian and Ophelia Blackmore."
Vampires aren't that nice, so we're good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, there's some nice vampires out there.
Yeah, there's like a rule that if like a person's really nice, they can't be something evil.
That's true. And
Sounds like
there's
a gag rule.
yeah. There's nothing weird about the hereditary obstacles. Nothing weird about their last name. It's all good.
I mean, if you guys want to make history checks, you can.
Gak will not.
Yeah, not Gag.
Other people can.
Everyone else.
I feel like this is just like I feel like I'm not gonna have Rian make one because I feel like the assumption of them as vampires is all Joe. Is all Joe. And
Yeah.
it's the desire of Joe as well.
Yeah.
I will
If
say,
anything, Basil's probably
24
just like, oh, that sucks.
yeah, I mean, it's not. In the world, there are people and specific types of people who are just sensitive to sunlight as a whole. Some of those who've grown up underground. There are some dwarfs. There are certain types of elves. There are all manners of life that don't live on the surface. And it is known that there is things underground or things that, live in caves of darkness and all that stuff. So there are people who cannot go out in the sun.
I get it.
That's
They're
a
mind
likely
flayers.
story.
They're mind flayers. It's okay.
Yeah,
I
there
understand.
you got
now.
it.
Okay.
You
Cool.
got it. You got it.
Finally, someone picked up on the hints.
So, you all have gathered yourselves, and I will say, for the sake of brevity,
Did
and
history check do anything?
that's what I was giving. That was the history.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
So it's literally just some people can't go outside?
Yeah, based on the thing you're reading, it's not actually. What did you roll, Gideon? You rolled a 20-something.
24. I was like, I feel like I just knew that as a person, and Ryan's stupid.
Yeah, well, the rest of you didn't apparently. I will say, because you are well read, Gideon, and you rolled so well. The Blackmores, I mean, it's been mentioned before. They are a prominent family within the kingdom of Isvaria. They're very rich. They have very many different business endeavors. They even have their own small island off the coast of Isvaria, where it is said that they have like these special kind of crystals that they mine from the mines on the island and kind of ship them and sell them to Isvaria themselves. So they are very well off.
I'll share that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So why is it starting
So
at that
epic.
specific point in time? So for the sake of brevity, I guess we're all getting our attire for the ball, as well as is there anything else on the plate for the coming days? I believe talking to the magic shop owner was one of them.
Yeah.
Is there
Talking
anything
to
else
the
other than those two things?
Raven Queen followers.
That is true. That is true.
My ball outfit thing was going to accompany something else that would take a lot of time. So can we do that next session?
Yeah, we can
Not
do
a
that
lot of
next
time,
session.
just more time than we want to spend right now at the end of our session.
That's okay. I will say if you guys want to talk to the magic shop owner, that's something you could do. I mean, you can start the order for your garments as well around that time. So, which order do we want to do this in?
I mean, I feel like we can for the clothes. I mean, unless there was a big to do about it. I mean, I don't know. I'm good with
Just
just
saying
like
what Gideon's outfit looks like that he gets.
yeah, like I'm cool with just doing that and then throwing money at John and just being like, take my money. There you go.
Yeah,
And
we
then
don't have to RP
do-
you guys getting your clothes. We can do it for Gak. Gak has something specific, but
Mhm.
we'll say that each one of your outfits, there is a local tailor in the in Willbrook. It'll cost roughly about each one of you 2 gold pieces.
Oh.
Damn, Basil's dress.
Not
Okay,
bad.
I want to move.
Now, if you want to go more extravagant than 2 gold, 2 gold is it's extravagant, but it's not, it's not the most extravagant. So how much do you want to spend on this stuff?
I mean,
Oh, that's dangerous. Given a
That's
let's set the
fair.
limit.
10 gold will definitely make you stand out in the party.
I
I'll
don't
say that.
want that.
I will say you are traveling now with a white and blue tiefling.
So
We're already gonna be standing out a little bit.
So we
Yeah,
don't
he's
need
also-
the extra help with the money. We
Indigo.
Yeah, he's really tall too. I'm realizing that now.
Is it-
he's
is he
he's, like,
taller
in the li-
now?
No.
Okay,
No.
I was like-
no. I'm just saying he's now white and blue and still tall.
And
Hey,
still
so is
tall.
Gak.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh,
have we
yeah.
have a white and blue tiefling and a Goliath.
We have a color theme going on here, guys, and y'all don't fit into it. So you need to
Everyone
get
else
it
needs to
together.
be blue.
I can change my color.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'll blend.
So outfit
was-
description?
Let's do this. Let's say you've put in the orders, because I feel like it'd be more impactful if we describe the outfits before you get to the ball, like as you're
Yeah.
like going to the ball,
Oh,
as
yeah.
you're picking them up. It'll take about a day for these to be made to your specifics.
Fashion show.
If you do want to talk to the magic shop owner, we still have like 20 something minutes left, so we can.
Yeah, let's go.
Do that
Let's
as
go
well.
start Clara then.
I'm just gonna say I already marked off my gold for the clothes, so
Okay.
I'm
How
just
much did you
not gonna do
spend?
that next session. 10.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Jonathan, they would definitely spend, an amount, but he sews, so he might add some stuff himself and walk around.
Okay.
If he sells any like beads or stuff. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Rian, how much are you putting in on your attire?
I don't know. I think that he would do 5. He's a modest man.
Okay,
Yeah.
5 gold pieces.
I mean, you could have gone 2, but
But like I said, if he's going, he doesn't want to look like ratty compared to everybody else. So he's gonna try and strike a nice middle ground.
Girsa?
I'm sure, like, with the assistance of Basil and like the hype team that Basil is, she would probably end up spending 10.
Okay. Basil, I think is the answer, but
Actually, because Basil doesn't want to, she wants to look fabulous, but not stick out like a sore thumb. Or I guess like a nice painted thumb. I don't know. But so, she loves these kind of balls, but doesn't want to be super noticeable. So would like around like what Rian said.
okay, so 5 gold.
Yeah.
Gak, I know that you're doing different things, but this is
Yeah.
overall, how much are you putting into this outfit?
So for the sake of brevity, Gak would probably get convinced and swindled to spend a lot of money. I can explain what Gak is doing, and then I can set up what the longer thing would have been. Gak is basically going into stores and just picking out stuff that he thinks is fancy and looks nice. although it does not match. So I'm gonna post the art that I made of what his outfit is, and I'll describe it
Here
as
we
well.
go.
So he has a white ruffled shirt on underneath, and with that he is also wearing a really nice blue skirt that's almost like the bottom half of like a ball gown, and he gets these new leather boots that he puts on, and he finds this gold sequin jacket that looks like a conductor's jacket, and he puts that on top of it.
So
Well, if Nick's describing his, I want to hear what everyone else's looks like.
Let's say it's 15 gold.
Ooh.
15 gold.
Wow.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes, Joe is putting it up there. There you go.
Okay, Cinderella, fucking work it.
And yeah, he's just grabbing whatever he thinks is looks cool and looks fancy.
He didn't get himself a hat.
He could get a hat. He'll think about it.
Top hat, top hat.
Well, I'll say we'll describe these more in depth next session. I really want it to be like as you're about to go to the ball, like we're describing it
fine.
to get in the mood. Are you guys traveling to the Omnipharmacon or?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
So as you do travel together, you come to a purple shingled roof, this kind of shop that has like in the window itself, it has like this like jar of this almost like arcane fire that is just like in the center, moving around in this jar, and there are also bits and bobs of magical like essence things in this window, and you see written above Omnipharmacon. As you enter into the shop, you see shelves upon shelves of just random generic items. You don't see much magical things until you start to make your way towards the counter that's kind of in the center. And actually this shop looks a little bit larger than it did outside. You can also see weapons and shields and armor on display around, and reading a book with what looks like a crow on her shoulder with a monocle is a young human woman with kind of curly brown hair, tanner skin, and she's reading the book, and then with her hand just kind of flicking her wrist as the page moves without touching it. And you see Clara Morara.
Cute.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I enjoy.
As you all enter and hear the bell, you hear, can I help you? And she looks up at all of you.
You guys go first.
Hello. We were hoping to ask a few questions. We were looking into the disappearance of a young man by the name of Godric. We were told by his father that you and him were close.
She closes the book and puts it to the side. And you don't hear what she says, but she murmurs something to the crow, and just goes off and starts to kind of like sorting books and like moving them around and doing things. You're here about Godric. Okay. Wasn't expecting this morning.
Sorry, I apologize.
No, it's fine. You're looking into it, so I'm assuming you're with the guards?
No, there were posters that were put up, and well, we've kind of made it our business to help people in need, and well, if someone's willing to put up signs, then it seems as though this Godric gentleman is in need, and if we can find him and help him, we'd really want to do that.
Well, being that Godric is my best friend, I am willing to help in any way I can. My name is Clara, by the way. Clara Morara.
Clara, we are the Seekers of Insania, but personally I'm Rian, and he'll kind of gesture to everyone else they can say their names.
I'm getting
Hi.
Hello.
We all say our names.
Yes.
Yeah. As you have brought in the attention to talk about Godric, she says, you wouldn't mind if I make sure there are no ears listening in on this conversation?
Sure.
Absolutely.
You see her open the book to a page and like crest her finger across the page, and you see like letters almost be detached from the page in like this purple arcane arc. As she releases it, all of the shutters immediately close and the door locks, and there's the lights kind of dim in the area. I know it's a little ominous, and I'm not locking you in to kill you, I promise.
We're used to it, don't worry.
Just
We are.
making sure that we're okay. So, what do you need?
Well, I suppose that what would be most useful is on the night or the days leading up to Godric's disappearance, was there anything that he shared with you, personal details about his day-to-day life, any concerning things that he had seen, people looking after him? Anything of note in the last few days before he disappeared?
You're muted.
Oh, I thought she was thinking.
Godric has always been superstitious, very looking over his shoulder kind of fellow. He had been mentioning something that he felt like something was following him for the past couple nights. Well, before he was gone. He was talking about how he would see a shadowy figure darting between alleyways.
With,
I mean, we have
golden eyes, right?
he didn't mention anything with golden eyes. But I mean, again, he's always been superstitious. I took that as, you know, some of the beggars or the drunkards dipping in and out of the alleyways. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They're weird.
All right. Was there any place that he liked to frequent? Aside from his home and here, was there a place he stayed at most frequently?
Not really, no. He would stay away from most places that were kind of dark and out of the way. Again, very superstitious person. He traveled to my shop quite often. I mean, we were best friends, and to his house I would travel as well. So ever since his mom passed away, he hasn't been a go-getter.
And was there... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. His father mentioned something about being an artist, and
Yeah.
and I motioned to Vey and Yursa. We did happen to pay him a visit. Looked through the room, and it's nothing really seemed out of place. But there were no signs really of any kind of, fight that was put up.
Are you saying that he was taken?
We're not sure. We unfortunately don't have too many leads to go on.
It seems as though something came in through the window, but very subtly. And whatever this thing was, it traveled across the ceiling. And
Excuse me, it did what?
It
Traveled across the ceiling?
Correct. There was markings on the ceilings of something on all fours. Which is very concerning.
He also had some very concerning paintings or drawings. Maybe that's just a coping mechanism. I mean, I'm not one to judge, but I don't know. Was that normal for him to?
I mean, he liked painting. Yeah. What do you mean? Which paintings are you talking about, or what did he paint?
The hidden ones.
I know nothing about hidden paintings.
We
so-
have them on us, right?
Did you
Do
take
we?
them?
I thought we took them because I thought we showed the party.
I mean, you could say if you took them or not. That's fine.
I don't
I'm-
remember, but if you remember.
I'm gonna say we took them because I'm pretty sure we showed like the rest of the
Okay.
party when we got.
Okay, cool.
Um,
These paintings.
What am I looking at?
These are the hidden paintings in his room.
maybe this is a representation of what he thought was following him, and does this ring any bells or stir anything in you just looking at these pictures?
No. I'm sorry.
Can I insight check her?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know why she would lie, but to double check it.
Because she has something to hide. That's why anyone would be nice.
Right.
Yeah, we just had a whole discussion about this.
Yeah.
Just rolled my in-person.
For the
die.
lulz.
Oh, +5 to insight? Yo, okay. What is math? An unnatural 20.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Okay. She does not seem to be lying about what she's saying. She has no idea what this could be. But there's a little bit of apprehension of talking about this to the party. Well, let me rephrase.
Okay.
She doesn't know what this painting is. But there's like a bit of like trepidation to talking more about these paintings. Like she is withholding some information, but you're not sure what.
I would like to just reiterate that we are trying to help. We did speak with Godric's father, Recon, and he's very concerned about Godric's safety, as are all of we. Like, this is important to us, and we want to help. And if there is something you are not sharing with us that you think could be helpful, please know that it is hard to trust a group of random strangers that just walked into your business, but we are all on the same page here.
Okay. You can see there's like a little bit of fear in her face. There have been rumors going around town of some sort of shadowy individual roaming alleyways. I've never seen what these rumors have been or what these people are talking about. Again, it's just rumors. I haven't seen or heard anyone get hurt or these paintings. They're worrying because, I mean, look at it. It's a shadowy figure. I'm sorry, I don't have any more information other than
That
just
is
hearsay.
fine. Could you
But
tell us who said these rumors?
it's not so much who is just, well, just locals in general. You know,
I see.
kind of like a story going through bar to bar. All right.
Well, that's a start, right? It's a good place to start. Clearly,
not-
it wasn't only Godric who was seeing this, right?
I would say that what I have heard about this figure, if it is real, people have only seen it during the night.
I would say since it's a rumor. Unfortunately, I don't think Godric was alone with these superstitions. I guess it might be best to make sure that you yourself aren't out and about during the nighttime until we figure this out.
Yeah. Is there any other questions you have?
There's something I'd like to talk to you about, but it's not time is not of the essence right now. I'm a wizard and I'm trying to go to school, and I was told by Adina to talk to you. So we can talk some other time, but it's nice to meet you. My name's Gak.
This has to be the worst time to pitch yourself.
Correct.
For magic lessons.
I'm not asking for lessons. I just wanted to talk to you. You asked if we had any other questions, and I even straight up 100% said now's not the time. So I'm glad we agree.
Okay.
Damn.
Wow. Anything else? And she looks to the rest of the party.
Maybe you could offer us a place to start. Somewhere where secrets and rumors seem to are just in an abundance. I guess we could go to any tavern in town, but if you have somewhere in mind specifically where we could just maybe overhear some conversations, ask around.
Honestly, the taverns are going to be your best bet. That's where people get drunk out of their mind and spill any sort of ideas they have in their brain at the moment. So, I mean, there are people all of the time walking around at night. You might overhear their conversations. I don't go out much. I study most of the time, so I'm not the most helpful in this endeavor. Well, there's going to be a party in a couple days. Maybe you can sneak into that and ask some questions.
Well, we're invited there, so.
And you can see that she, like, as you said that, just like, okay.
Oh, she wasn't. Way to go, make her feel bad, Basil.
I'm sorry that she's not. We had saved Adina from really bad people. So as
Adina's
a way of
the Erdem's daughter?
Yes. She and her traveling party were raided by some very evil people, and we happened to save her along the way. So as a thanks, her family helped us receive invitations to the party.
Well, I mean, if you're trying to look for more clues, you could also always just go around in the alleyways at night. Apparently this rumor isn't so much of a rumor.
Yeah, that could always work.
That was kind of okay, yeah, no, that could probably work, actually.
I mean, if apparently that's where the problem is starting, why not start there as well?
She puts herself in danger a lot. Don't worry about it.
Oh, well, I'm sure that you'll find it then.
I'm not meaning to find danger, but sometimes you just run into it and you can't help it.
Thank you, at least, to all of you helping to find my friend. Fucking guards. They're the worst. And
I know, right.
Sorry, I'm just a little out of sorts.
I'm sure that they tried their best, but limited resources and all. Lots of problems. But don't worry.
They looked for a half,
We're
maybe
here
2 hours.
now, and we're going to try and help. Let's not linger too much on the past and just look forward towards the future. All right.
Basil gives Clara a look, and she's like, I feel the same way, girl.
You see, she taps the book twice, and the shutters shoot back up with light shining into the shop as the lantern lights around the shop brighten once more, and you hear a click at the door. Well, again, thank you. If you need to buy any magical items, then I'm always around. Also, and she looks at Gak, we can talk later about whatever you needed to.
Okay,
I'm also a wizard.
that's what Dina was saying.
I'm actually the only wizard in town. Well, I guess not anymore.
Yeah.
Gak is a very talented wizard. He's very smart and he picks up pretty fast.
He's
Are you
gifted,
trying to open
you
a
could
shop?
say.
Are you trying to be competition?
No.
Oh, good.
No.
I'm just trying to help people.
Well, if you find my friend, come back and we'll, well, either way, we'll talk.
We'll
We'll
find
make
him.
sure to come back if we have any more information.
I will, and she kind of gives a once over to all of you. If I have any more information, I'll send you a message.
Please,
Yeah.
we're staying at the rivers.
I don't need to know where you're staying, but thank you.
Okay.
Magic.
Anyway, thank you for your time.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Have a good day and good luck and have fun at your party.
Thank you.
Okay.
And Basil just
Bye. As you
walks
guys kind of awkwardly back up out of the shop. With that, as you have gathered some more information from Godric's best friend, you look amongst yourself as to what you are supposed to do next in this endeavor, waiting for your clothes to be sewn together and created for this ball that is coming up in about 2 days. There are many things that you want to get attended to before making an entrance into this state. And with that, we will end the session.
Woo!
Good
Yay!
session.
we did it. Thanks for
That was
watching,
an
everybody.
emotional one.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the session. Okay, see you next time. Bye.